Speedrunning an intro here. I just learned about some of the most entertaining drama of 2024. I saw it through Evil Pineley's video covering the situation 2 weeks ago, and it is still going currently today. It's about the CEO of a parchment paper business losing his mind and having this whiny temper tantrum meltdown, all because he watched a TikTok video of a girl being cooked a meal by her father.
When I told my dad I was going to be getting him the same pans that Gordon Ramsay has, he was so excited. I'm talking about the hex-clad pans, and today
it's a super innocent video of this girl's dad making a meal, and the CEO of parchmentpaper.com was angrier about this than he would be if he walked in on his wife having sex with another man. Though it is quite the stretch of imagination to envision this guy, this lunatic, with any kind of companionship in his life. So after watching this, he was infuriated, went on the actual company's business account, and left a mean comment, which started a series of events he couldn't have possibly foreseen.
I posted a video yesterday of my dad cooking for me with these hex-clad pans that we had gotten. There was a comment on there where the person goes, "Must be tough living a life on easy mode." I also didn't think the comment was rude at first, so I responded with, "Lucky to have parents who make it possible." And they responded, "Yeah, we get it. You have no skills and family money."
That's already such a weird comment right there. Must be nice living life on easy mode when it's just a girl getting cooked a meal by a caring father. Like, how bitter and miserable can your life possibly be to just see something like that and be like, I gotta give her a piece of my mind? That's a line that's usually used in reference to camming or OnlyFans or something. Must be nice living life on recruit difficulty because men are giving you a ton of money just to be hot or be naked or something. And this guy's taking that same energy and putting it into this situation where it's just a girl being cooked a meal by her father. Make it make sense. So he's so upset that he's doing this from the actual business account for parchmentpaper.com. So the Parchment Paper Patriot is really having a conniption. And then the poster responds saying, you know, it's supportive family, got lucky. She said she didn't even find it rude at first, which I don't know how you would see that as anything other than rude. But regardless, her response was super sweet, and he gets even more heated about that, fucking steam coming out of his ears, and goes, "Yeah, we get it. You have no skills and family money." What kind of projection is this? Holy insecurity. What do you mean you have no skills? All she did was show a video of her dad cooking her a good meal. It's ridiculous to assume that she has no skills. It's based on nothing. She could have bow hunting skills, nunchuck skills. She could be one of the most skillful human beings on the fucking planet. We have no idea. And then he's going, it's just your family's money. You're suckling off their bosom because your parents have money. What is happening here? Do you have no skills because you probably order Uber Eats all the time? Is your skill just ruining businesses? Like, I mean, that's a pretty cool skill, I guess. But anyway, this is only the beginning of his rampage, and he just fully self-destructs over the course of the next few hours. It's like Chaozu from Dragon Ball Z, when Chaozu latches onto Nappa and blows himself up, but the sacrifice was in vain because Nappa barely felt anything, really. That's what happens here. Parchment Paper Patriot blows up, and the girl, totally fine, and makes an absolute clown out of this guy. Dunks on him. She obliterates this man.
And at that point, I'm just like, okay, what the hell? Like, maybe this account is hacked, because from a business account, that seems kind of weird. So I send them an email and I'm like, hey, like, I think somebody's on your business account, like, leaving cyberbullying comments. Didn't say anything else. That was it. And then I get an email from the CEO of...
I think anybody in their right mind would assume that that business account is hacked, because what little toddler would be shitting their pants, soiling their diaper over something as simple as watching a TikTok video of a girl being cooked a meal by her father? So I think that's very sound logic. Oh, this account must be hacked. I'll let the business know. So she reaches out, and the CEO himself, Brandon Howard, steps forward saying, "I don't consider stating factual information is cyberbullying, but if you're offended over a comment about having no skill set while getting to frolic through life with family money as bullying, I'd call the cyberbully police. Delete the comment and move along. Cheers." Brandon, I think the department we need on this case is the cringe police, because Jiminy Christmas, holy cannoli. Oh, he tried a facts don't care about your feelings moment there. What facts are we talking about? Her having no skill set? You have no idea who she is. You know nothing about her. All you watched was her get cooked a meal. I'm sure your parents cooked you meals at some point, right? Maybe they don't anymore because you're probably insufferable to be around, so they probably cut you off. I imagine that's the case, which is why you're so upset over this moment. I don't see at all how this would be indicative of her just frolicking through life, coasting off of her family's money. That's a unreal leap in logic based on nothing at all. And honestly, she was like a good Samaritan here, like looking out for your business, thinking that you might have been hacked because of how awful this behavior is and how terrible of a look it is for your business. And then you double down and make things significantly worse by being this big loser. Also, I love the chutzpah here from Big Baby Brandon to claim that she was offended over his comment, when this sensitive worm was offended first over her being made a meal. This guy needs to call the wambulance because he can't stop crying about this video of a father making a meal for his daughter.
Considering my parents literally grew up in mud huts, worked their ass off to get out of India, get us here, and get me to the position that I am and able to have a full-time job and a side career. Then he goes back to the page and goes, cyberbullying is even more funny, and the fact that you emailed us to tell us is actually hilarious. Enjoy frolicking through life and leave the rest up to us adults who create actual economic value without a trust.
Yeah, leave the heavy lifting up to the real adults, like Brandon Howard, CEO of ParchmentPaper.com. It's comical that the parchment paper guy is trying to act hard here. Like, I don't know what he expected to happen. He just looks so stupid, claiming that she's like a trust fund kid based on nothing. Literally nothing. All just gobbledygook here. All you saw was a video of her getting made a meal by her father. How could you possibly connect all of these weird dots? To me, it seems like the person who's really frolicking through life on easy mode is you, who has unlimited time in the day to respond to random people on TikTok and leave comments that just let everyone know that you're an outrageous asshole. Like, you must not be doing that well business-wise, if that's what it's boiled down to here.
They did send me a legal notice. It came from info@parchmentpapers.com, and it says that they are really worried about the safety of their team, and if I don't remove the defamatory posts on TikTok, they will be taking legal action, which I don't believe it's defamatory
because it's not defamatory at all. All she did was share his comments, which are public, in that email, his statements, all from his mouth. This stupid douchebag is just doing one of those desperate Hail Mary maneuvers when they have nothing else left and trying their absolute best to save a sinking ship from the holes that they themselves have poked in it. And it doesn't work. And it actually leads to him looking like even more of a clown because she points out some pretty interesting things about this cease and desist.
So yeah, like, I don't believe it's defamatory. I also don't believe you have a legal department because you signed it incorrectly. It says legal department at parchmentpapers.com. You forgot the dot. Did you forget to delete the part where it says like your contact information because you're using a template? And also, what's with the cease and desist? I thought it was CEASE. Who's doing your spell check?
Good heavens, Brandon Howard did some ayahuasca and tried to send a cease and desist and lost himself somewhere in the sauce. So apparently it was signed incorrectly from legal department at parchmentpapers.com. And then here's some more information on it, I suppose, where he left in your contact information in brackets. So as she points out, that means he's most likely using a template here. That is actually that shit on a teleprompter where it's like, wait for applause. And you say it out loud and you're like, ugh, I made a big boo-boo because I wasn't supposed to read that. He fucking left that in. This absolute buffoon. And the goober doesn't even know what a cease and desist is. He did seize and desist. Holy shit. I think he's the only one that works at this company. Nobody else saw this before the email got sent out. His supposed legal department okayed this. If he does have a legal department, they need to be fired right now. They need to get fired yesterday, because that is a disgrace. That is not a legal document whatsoever. Fucking your contact information in brackets, cease and desist. You couldn't have made that any worse. This legal document he tried to send over is now more worthless than the parchment paper that he's built his life upon.
Another day, another email. This time you decided to fix the typos. Congratulations. And you also told me you're fixing the typos. Very interesting thing for your legal department to say.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. She is cooking him harder than the meal that her father cooked her in the first place that started all of this. I love how he proudly calls attention to fixing the typos. Like a student in class, like, excuse me, teacher, I fixed the spelling mistakes in the cursive. Fix the typos just in case you couldn't figure out we're very serious about this issue, as your direct actions to intentionally harm to us. Oh my god, the grammar is diabolical as well. and our company is not being taken lightly. We expect action to be taken within 48 hours. See attached. It's probably a picture of Brandon Howard's butthole here going spread goatsy on her. So, this is clearly, again, written by someone that is lacking a 4th grade education. Brandon, I think your first hire at parchmentpaper.com, or pardon me, parchmentpaper.com, should be an English tutor for yourself here. This is bad. How you even attempt to run a business is beyond me. I guess they just let anyone into the parchment paper industry these days. But, yeah. So, Brandon again tries to strike back here, and again looks super dumb for it. But congrats on fixing the typos, idiot.
But your cease and desist at the bottom, I saw that it said rocketlawyer.com. So of course I had to call them and ask them, is this a real legal document? And they said no immediately, and they said this looks like a phishing scam and you should probably not respond.
Oh god, even rocketlawyer.com's shooting spitballs at Brandon now. Just saying that, no, it's definitely not real, it's probably a phishing scam, don't respond to it. Oh, what do you use the parchment paper for, Brandon? Honestly, it's almost poetic that the guy who owns a paper business can't read or write very well. I think that's poetic almost.
Anyways, then you decided you're going to start using my work email, which is public, to sign me up for corn sites, for Scientology, but you forgot that those companies will actually send you the IP where the accounts were made from. And it's funny because it's pinging in California, and I'm not in California, so... But I do remember that on Trustpilot, when you had your address up, it was coming up in California. Suspicious, huh?
Brandon's out here collecting L's like they're the Infinity Stones. He is greedy for that shit. He can't stop losing. And I can't stop thinking about how he signed off that legal document about, like, having 48 hours to comply or whatever. Trying to give it, like, a deadline. Like, this is the ultimatum. You've got to do it within 40 hours or else it's gonna get serious if you couldn't tell. That's just so lame. Like, I feel like he must have just watched Mission Impossible at some point. This message will self-destruct upon finishing. That kind of thing, and he tried to channel that into this document here to give like a sense of urgency, but it falls so flat.
But you want attention so freaking bad because you will not stop talking about this. You are basically the only one who is still talking about this at this point. Since my initial email to you where I thought your company was hacked, I have not tried to contact you. At first, you were laughing and sipping Mai Tais on the beach, and then you were having crybaby sales because this was drawing you so much attention.
So this video is only 3 days old, which is weeks after Brandon's biblical meltdown, and he's still going on about it. So this is a screenshot from his crybaby special, which, oh my god, the irony almost makes me sick. This fucking guy lacks self-awareness to an almost delusional degree. He is the only one that has been crying. He started with the waterworks and the French cries because he watched the girl get cooked a meal by her father. He is the crybaby, and yet he's still trying to push it on everyone else like they're the problem. Our thousands of real customers will appreciate this. On sale, custom dimensions on demand. Boy, howdy, Brandon. Custom dimension parchment paper? I'm out the door. I gotta get on that right now. All these real customers are probably just so excited by this. Nothing makes me believe in a company quite like them referring to their customers as the real customers. I'm sure there's probably dozens of them. Dozens.
Your fake legal letters were not working. You thought it would be a smart idea to reach out to my boss at the agency that I work for and ask him to remediate the situation for you. You thought you could tell my boss to tell me to delete my videos. Just because you involved your business by commenting from your business profile does not mean that you get to include my place of work.
Pathetic, slimy tactics from an absolute greaseball here. So he apparently contacts her boss to try and whine to him to fix it, which obviously didn't do anything. Brandon, this is so sad. This is so embarrassing.
When all of this failed, you thought it would be a great idea to send me one more email stating that you will deal with it as you see fit, whatever the hell that means. And then you decided to add this banner to your website. I'm sure you think that
this is when it gets so spicy. We do not support woke, feminist, cancel culture, hate mob groups who do nothing positive in our community. On his official parchmentpaper.com website, this guy has lost his marbles. He's off his gourd right now. He's going sicko mode. Brother, what are you even talking about? All she did was showcase your comments and made fun of you. What is the woke feminist cancel culture movement here? You made yourself look stupid and people clowned on you for it, rightfully so. You are the problem. And also, didn't you just try one of those cancel culture maneuvers by contacting her boss and her place of work to get her in trouble because of you and your beef with her? How can you lack self-awareness to this degree? It's almost criminal, I would say. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. So he's got this now proudly posted on his website at that point, and I also love how he says that she does nothing positive for the community. When you came out of nowhere, the negative Nancy, just saying that she lives life on easy mode and has no skills and relies on her family's money, all just because she had a video of her father cooking for her. What are you talking about? What positive shit do you bring to the world, Brandon? Now, I will say, that section right there is just so outlandish with the woke feminist cancel culture mob being on the paper's website. It's so over the top that I half believe that might actually be faked by somebody, and I also struggle to believe that Brandon would be competent enough to even put that on his website in the first place. I just don't think he has the capability to do that. And I really don't think he has a team around him. I think it's just him. So I think that one might not be real. But to argue against that point, his statements on the official Black Label Paper Instagrams echo that same sentiment about like the woke cancel culture mob and all of that shit. So there is a chance that it's real. There is a very good chance that it's real, but I do want to put it out there that I haven't been able to 100% confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is, because as of right now, it's not on the website. But he could have just deleted it after backlash.
But you continue to talk about it, you continue to make stories about it, and you continually want the attention. As if all of this was not enough, you decided that you were going to start making all of your stories on your Black Label Paper account involving your other company now for no apparent reason. Take down another company, why don't you?
So this is his other business that he's now calling in off the bench for this drama. I cannot imagine why he thought that'd be a good idea, but it's Black Label Paper. So all of his businesses are parchment and paper related, and I would wager a guess that the quality of his product is most likely atrocious, probably not even like worthy to be toilet paper if I had to guess. So he goes, all you fucking losers need to stop messaging us about a fake TikTok account made by then her and her dumb-ass minions because her fragile little ego couldn't handle a couple smart-ass comments on IG about skill set and money. I've never had the commie bullshit app TikTok in my entire life. A bold-faced lie. Also, why would you be posting this on your business account again? Like, your real customers that didn't know about any of this are now being made aware of it, and you look so weak and pathetic in all of it. And tell that little... Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh, I can't even read these. Holy shit. Fucking losers, I swear, it's been 2 weeks almost and still have to deal with this childish bullshit. You are the only one keeping it up, by the way. You are the only one that still is doing this and engaging with it. No one else is talking about it. This drama it's dried up. It's gone stale. But he keeps putting it on people's radar. He keeps serving this up on a plate to us. He's cooking it for us. And we're eating it. He's doing it. He's the chef. She is too immature to settle this privately, and I'm not going to let some woke hate mob ruin my reputation because they live in some mystical fairyland of make-believe and think because they have 20k followers they're doing something in life. Clown emojis. I also can't help but laugh at how much he keeps trying to throw out woke, cancel culture, all of that kind of shit. Just a bunch of buzzwords that don't even apply here, because all that happened was she showed these comments from a laughably embarrassing CEO that he publicly made and then shared his email where he doubled down on it. That's it. It's all his fault. There's nothing else beyond that. And he just can't accept it. He can't come to terms with reality because he lives in the mystical fairyland. Like, he's in the fucking Narnia. Nobody else. It's just him. Here's another one of his posts, this time on a really cute background. He talks about Business Insider and some articles reaching out for a comment. Some fragile ego wannabe influencer IG about their lack of skill set and frolicking through life, where she got so offended and cited the woke hate mob smear campaign against me to get me canceled. Fake accounts were made by her delusional woke followers. He just keeps sprinkling that in there as much as possible, just trying desperately. I cleared up the reality of the situation with all three media outlets. It didn't fit their narrative either, which was to further extend the adult-children drama. God. So after 9 years in business, 3 business publications don't care about the good I've done and the help I give to people on a daily fucking basis. Yeah, I'm sure your parchment is invaluable. I'm sure you're doing a great service. You really seem like a stand-up gentleman. Their entire goal is just to hate people who try and do good. You really seem like you're striving to do good, Brandon. You really fucking do, brother. Yeah. What a saint. Oh, they demand respect, yet do absolutely nothing to earn it, and hate every person who doesn't bend over for their spineless agenda. If you're going to try and shit on me, my brand, business, and companies, you losers need a job, hobby, life outside of TikTok. Fucking losers in their 20s with an 11-year-old intelligence, but yeah, I'm the asshole. Yeah, you are the asshole, Brandon. Also, you're the one with the 11-year-old intelligence. You can't even read and write properly. You tried to make a legal department, like to cosplay as a legal department, and couldn't even get the emails correctly. Typos out the wazoo, and even in the ones where you fix the typos and even proudly proclaim that you fix the typos, you still make a typo. You suck. Like, you are the one with the child brain.
Sure what your end game here is, and I'm not even sure that you know what your end game here is, but in your own words, I don't have time to bicker back and forth about some nonsense comments, nor is it my problem that you're offended over them.
Yeah, that about sums that up. I think she did a great job of just closing the book on it with that final statement there. Fucking fire. I think this whole drama has been so wacky. Like, entertainingly silly. All over nothing. It started over nothing. Just a really insecure, sensitive guy who lost his mind. And couldn't help but do as much damage to him and his business's reputation. And very impressive stuff. I had to talk about this when I learned about it. Huge thanks to Pinely for showing me this, because this is gold. This is some of that, like, top tier drama. You know what I mean? So I had to talk about it. That's about it. See ya. While many of you were out celebrating your Friday evening, carefree, full of joy and laughter, maybe drinking with your friends or playing games, going to bed early for a nice, peaceful slumber, there were some brave warriors that were locked into mortal combat, engaged in one of the largest cyber wars ever fought on American soil. On Friday evening, the unthinkable happened. The impossible became possible. The shit was unshat. Wizard 101 was hacked. One of the largest cyber crimes this world has ever seen. Wizard 101 was subject to naughty messages, potentially from a disgruntled employee. There's theories floating around all over the place. The forensics teams are already on the case, trying hard to crack it and figure out what exactly happened here. Perhaps this was a ghost in the machine situation where Wizard 101 itself became sentient and the AI took over. I couldn't tell you. All I can show you is the aftermath of this bloody battle. What happened is, on Friday, players of Wizard 101, a very popular MMORPG that I'm sure all of you are familiar with, it was extremely huge back in like 2008, I'm sure all of us have dabbled, but maybe many of you didn't stick around, but it does still have a dedicated community, and a lot of them had to witness something that no human being ever should. Horrifying server messages such as this. Now, just by looking at the game's trailer, I'm sure you're able to guess that the majority of the community here is on the younger side of things. It was a game that was marketed towards children, but it still, of course, does have, like, adults in the community. And as I understand it, it's a pretty well-maintained game. And on Friday, everyone was surprised to see all kinds of server messages popping up with some wild shit on there. And it seems like an employee went rogue. They may have been fired or let go, and they went out with a bang with one last oorah. Now, shortly after Doomsday here, the Wizard 101 servers shut down for maintenance. I'm imagining to fix this issue that they were experiencing. It was kind of like that scene in Harry Potter when he gets all the acceptance letters from Hogwarts, and the parents are like desperately trying to stop the letters from coming in through there. That's what Wizard 101 staff was trying to do against this one rogue hacker or employee. They did manage to stop the bleeding, but, you know, it did cause some damage. Like, there's scarring here. This wasn't a victimless crime. People had to see some very alarming server messages. Just to further explain what exactly happened, players were getting sent messages from the game itself, so little server notices that pop up on the side of the screen, and usually this is like a message from God in the game. This comes directly from the staff usually, as I understand it, so it'll be things like maintenance or upcoming things, or just basically things directly related from the game in an official capacity. But they use this system to just start pumping wild messages in there, such as this Walter White message, which it's kind of a banger. You know, I think this one goes kind of hard, but I knew they could do better, and they did. So let's go through some of them. Now let's spread these magically delicious cheeks and take a bite. This was one of the first messages players received, I believe, so an immediate red flag that started tipping people off that, you know, maybe something's awry at the Wizard 101 headquarters. You know, the office is maybe, you know, in peril. So they got this message saying, email support at wizard101.com so I can get a raise. you know, that's not something that Gandalf would say, right? Like, that's not very in line with the theme of Wizard 101. But it's not that bad either. You could write this off as, you know, a happy little accident, like a little goof, a little Easter egg. But then from here, it gets a bit chaotic. So I'd like to show you an article that talked about this, and they hypothesized that this all could be a marketing stunt. And I don't want to take that completely off the table, but I think that would be one of the boldest strategies I've ever seen, to use dick and balls, fuck, and this game is shit as a marketing strategy in a game that's mainly aimed at like 10-year-olds. I don't know how well that would go over if it turns out this was a plan. I just struggle to envision a world where parents give a round of applause to the marketing manager at Wizard 101 who comes forward and says shit like, "Yep, hey, I was the man behind the curtain the whole time, you know, hey, this was my idea, so you remember when all your kids were getting messages in their inbox that just said dick and balls? That was me, that was my idea, I know. I fucking know, I graduated top of class. Anyway, Wizard 101, free to play, let's go, you know, tell your friends." It seems really unlikely to me, but anyway, let's get back into some of the other messages. This one's my personal favorite. This one just says, "The next world is my boss's asshole." And I'm honestly considering downloading the game. So if it is a marketing ploy, it worked on me, because now I'm on the edge of my seat. Are they actually going to put the dude's colon in the game? Because that would be an incredible landscape to explore. So this is getting me hyped. I think this is a great idea. Imagine the next DLC content drop for Wizard 101 is just some grown man's butthole that you cast spells on like hemorrhoids in. It's such an amazing concept. In another message, they said, "King's Isle is the worst company I've ever worked for." King's Isle is the developer behind Wizard 101. So this one's kind of like the immediate gotcha moment, like, ah, so it is a disgruntled employee. But it's still important to note that it could just be someone that was able to hack in and they're just framing it like this for the sake of an interesting narrative. Or it could be someone completely unaffiliated with the company that's just doing this to stir up shit and just do it for, you know, a bit of a gag, you know, troll a little bit. And it might not be an employee, though I do think it most likely is. I also quite like this one, "The wizard police are after me." I like to envision a world where he is on the run, but he's taken his laptop with him, but he's still constantly sending messages while he's being hunted by Wizard 101 security. It's a beautiful disaster. And it's really not that big of a deal. I don't think too many people in the community were upset, but it does seem like Wizard 101 took it very seriously. You know, even taking the servers offline to address the problems. I don't think they've made like a formal statement or anything on it yet. Not that I've seen, at least not as of right now, making the video. But I imagine in the coming days they will talk about it. Like, they kind of need to, you know, like, explain. Was it an employee? Or were you compromised? Like, what happened here, huh? I just want to know. I need the closure. Who's done this? Who would defile such sacred land as Wizard 101? But anyway, I think this was a net positive for the game because it put the game on a lot of people's radar again. Like I said, most people knew it from back when they were kids, not realizing it was still around. And, you know, I saw a few people say, "I'm going to try the game out now." So it could have been a Galaxy Brain marketing plan. I just still really doubt it. If it was a little less intense on dick and balls and fuck and this game is shit, I'd be more inclined to believe that it was all marketing. You know, just saying things like "wizard police are after me" or "email support" or, you know, "the company's bad and I'm on the run." Then I'd be like, okay, that's more likely. But in its current state, I still think this was either someone hacking in the troll or an employee that got upset. Either way, though, a pretty fun situation. That's about it. See ya. Did you see someone exposing BitBoy's scam while he was on stage and him having a meltdown? I totally forgot about that. Yes, I did. Hold on, let me pull that up. That was so shameful. BitBoy, you'll remember, is the douchebag on YouTube who's the crypto bro who peddles garbage. Like, he's just a prolific, untrustworthy person in the crypto space. A YouTuber named Atozy called him out in a video talking about the shit that he's done, calling him a dirtbag. BitBoy got his feelings all hurt, so he tried suing Atozy for 75 grand or something. And he ended up getting laughed off the internet, so he retracted the lawsuit. But he still makes content, and recently at his, I don't even know what this is, I guess the BitBoy Con, I don't know, convention to celebrate BitBoy's clownery, a woman went on stage and confronted him about it, and he doesn't hold it together very well.
Someone needs.
Check it. Where's the evidence? Let's hear it. Where's the evidence? Hey, give the evidence. Yeah, don't give it. Give the evidence. This is your moment.
This is... So what's happening is here. What's happening? She came up, is like, man, fuck you. You're a fraud. Your shit's bad. You're stinky. Boo, boo, bit boy, boo. And he's like, oh, you think I'm a fraud? Well, where's your evidence? Pull up your evidence. She's like, bet. So she goes to Zach XBT, who made a huge thread not too long ago, it was back in January, that pointed out so much of BitBoy's garbage. Like, poking holes in everything BitBoy has pretty much ever done, really. It's such a thorough beatdown of his whole career, and she brings it up here, and BitBoy's not super happy.
Show me the issue.
He continues to invite it, challenging her.
So guys, we can just go and check all the evidence posted by Zach XP.
A thread from a year ago.
It doesn't matter whether it's a year ago.
It doesn't matter at all. His defense was, oh, it's old, that's a year old. So you were scamming a year ago then. Like, it doesn't change anything. All of the information is still accurate, even if it's a year old. You still did this. It doesn't really change it, so it's a bad defense. BitBoy's sweating, getting a little swamp-assy, and then it gets real rough.
When you do
Please
this...
go and check all the evidence.
Oh, okay, so... You're a child molester. You're a child molester. You're a child molester.
Okay, can you let me complete now?
No, I don't have to back it up with evidence. See something that I said.
You know what?
This woman is a child molester. She's a murderer. She's a murderer.
Look at you, you're shaking. You know when people shake.
Yikes. So his defense, after she brings up the Zach XBT thread, his response is, you're a child molester, murderer, murderer. Like, he just had this biblical meltdown in his mind. He could no longer even pretend to not be offended, bothered, and he had no rebuttal, so he defaulted to child molester and murderer. It's so goofy.
Those are psychological evidences. We know when you're wrong, you
baseless accusations.
Baseless accusations. Pretty big BitBoy L today. But if you go to his Twitter, he's still a man. You know, he still thinks pretty highly of himself. He's still, you know, he's not disappointed in the man he sees in the mirror. He still talks a big game. So, like, here's him, here's him from only, what is this, 2 hours ago? 3 hours ago. Too big to care at the gym, baby. Yeah, getting swole out here. Might call a woman a child molester. Thinking about it. Bitch boy. Yep, after the Atozy drama, everyone started calling him Bitch Boy Crypto, which I think is a great nickname. He did address the drama, kind of. In one of his shows, he took like 5 seconds to say, just like snot-nosed YouTuber that I was suing, but it's not worth my time. Lawsuit's done. He made it sound like he was the good guy, and he's like, I just decided it's not even worth it. That was the only acknowledgement of the case that he ever did. Bro's pushing 50 and called BitBoy. I know. Like, if he wasn't such an asshole, I would actually find all of this adorable. Like, he's very clear. Like, I've listened to him. I watched the Tozy's video, so I did a little dive on him. He's very clearly not knowledgeable on this space at all. There was I pulled this up on stream. I don't know if I'll be able to find it now because it's been a couple months. Someone did a breakdown of all of the things that he told people to invest in, all the crypto moonshots he told people to put their money in, and someone tallied up all of them for like 7 months. And on every single one of them, they were either rug pulls or you lost 60 to 90% of your money. Only 2 of them had any returns, and those returns were like 2 to 3% returns. 2 out of like 90 recommendations. Like, he's just fucking terrible at everything he does. Even if he's not blatantly scamming, he is still giving the worst advice in the space. You know, fuck it, I'm gonna try and find that thread again because it was so good. Oh, here it is. It's the first thing that came up. This isn't the original thread, but it looks like they still circulate this around. This was the information, it's just this isn't the original thread, this is someone just responding to him with it. But the person who compiled this went through all of his like recommendation crypto moonshots, and these were the returns. So they went to the video, and then they went to where it is now to see what you will have made. And only 2 of them were green. Whole market was down. Is that why? I mean, that even still, like, it's all of them except for, like, I guess Ripple were just fucking crazy moonshots or just like blatant scams that he was peddling. This isn't all of it. This is just one of the screenshots. But no, it's not just the market being down. If you'd like to see BitBoy in all of his douchey glory, there's actually another angle of this train wreck, so I'll go ahead and play that for you, but just the end here because the audio quality is also a little clearer.
You do this. Go and check all the evidence.
Oh, okay, so you're a child molester. You're a child molester. You're a child molester.
Okay. Can you let me complete now?
No, I don't have to. I don't have to back it up with evidence. It's just something that I said.
You know
this
what?
woman is a child molester. She is a murderer. She's a murderer.
Look at you. You're shaking. You know when people shake? Those are psychological evidences. You know when you're wrong.
No, it's because I'm angry at baseless accusations.
Watching BitBoy Crypto is a lot like watching your drunk uncle embarrass themselves on Thanksgiving every year, but somehow BitBoy has an audience that must hate money, because by following his advice, they're just perpetually flushing all of their cash down the toilet. And speaking of flushing things down the toilet, BitBoy has once again ruined his reputation to anyone that's not in his cult-like following. What he was trying to do here is call her names like child molester and murderer as an attempt to say, oh look, you can slap labels on anyone without proof. But it doesn't really work because she did bring proof and evidence to suggest that you have had a history of shilling scams, which you have. That's not defamatory, that's not slanderous, that is a provable fact. You have shilled projects that have turned out to be scams. Now, I want to quickly show the thread that she was referencing, the Zach XBT thread, because it's actually a very insightful thread into the character of BitBoy and how he does business. So if you're interested, you can look that up and take a bit of a dive on the history of BitBoy. Zach XBT was also the one responsible for tracking the return on investment from BitBoy's suggestions, and he even clarified that he did the year-to-date calculations pre-market crash. So all of this was without the market being in the shitter. Pretty impressive resume from BitBoy here. It looks like 1 out of every 1,000 projects he shills might give you a 5% return at best and a 92% loss at worst. Great odds. What a remarkable joke. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about him a little bit because I thought it was a very silly video, and that's about it. So yeah. I know I already made a video yesterday making fun of Tuah girl and the team of parasites that surround her like locusts latching on, trying to just siphon as much money out of her meme as they can, like babies trying to suckle milk from a nipple. But I missed one of the most entertainingly embarrassing meltdowns I've seen in quite some time. So Haley Welch has her goof troop that instructed her on this rug pull crypto scam that she pulled off yesterday. And last night, this unholy trio of buffoonery started a Twitter space to explain this giant rug pull and talk about how it's not actually a scam and everyone's wrong. And I missed a very important component, and thank God CoffeeZilla recorded all of it because it is a masterpiece meltdown. CoffeeZilla just made a video going over the entirety of Tuah girl's crypto scam. It is an incredible video that I cannot recommend highly enough. It is a thorough breakdown of all of it, and it paints a very clear picture of just how malicious and evil this was with everyone that was working on it and exactly how it all went down. So definitely check that video out. And in his video, he went into the Twitter space before I did and got to catch this amazing specimen going ballistic. The alpha goober of the Tuah goof troop, his name is Doc Hollywood, well, he had some colorful words for everyone that went into that Twitter space, and that Twitter space is where neurons went to die. Listening to these worms try and explain that it's not a rug pull, it's not a scam, was like listening to Courage the Cowardly Dog try and explain to Eustace and Muriel that the stranger that just showed up at their door is not a good guy. It was comical. It was amazing, but I missed the best part. Thank you, CoffeeZilla, for preserving this.
Anyway, enjoy.
Everyone thinks that, oh, everything's a rug. Everything's a rug. Everyone's here to f you. Nah, we're here to onboard real people outside of this spaces, right? The people here, you guys are already y'all are ahead every day thinking everything's a scam. And you know what? You guys are right. Everything is a scam, but not this.
Everything is a scam. Your mom, your dad, your dog, they're all frauds. They're using you. You can't trust them. The only thing you can trust, the only thing on God's green earth that isn't a scam is Tuah coin. You know, the thing that rug pulled in less than 20 minutes and everyone lost all of their money, except for some people on the inside and some snipers. Yeah, that is the creme de la creme of real, legitimate business. If you can't trust Hawkonomics, what can you trust? And you know what? Let's say you wipe your ass with the Hawkonomics good reputation. You don't spit on that thang. You don't trust that thang. Well, how can you not trust this face? Doc Hollywood himself, with Tuah girl and sidekick. I'm not familiar with the characters in the Tuah extended universe, so I don't know who she is that's also getting educated on meme coins by the god, the Adonis, Doc Hollywood. Even his name is badass. It's so cool. Doc Hollywood. That actually just sounds like a scummy character from a cartoon. And he is. He is cartoonishly scummy.
Not this. We did not spend 6-7 months of our lives dedicated to trying to do something cool, right? To do something different.
I'm going to be pausing a lot because each statement made me giggle harder and harder, and I couldn't believe that he was even saying shit like this with a straight face. What new thing did you do? What was different here? You made a rug pull crypto. That's as old as dirt. Cavemen were probably tossing that idea around before they found fire. It's that old. Like, people have seen this exact scam a million times. And the reason it's persisted is because it is still successful. Somehow, Palpatine returns, and they keep falling for it over and over and over again. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? It's unbelievable that people are still putting their ass in their asshole and just going hog wild, dumping money into a Tuah meme coin, thinking that somehow it's going to be a good financial decision. But you know what? Let's take a magic school bus ride into this guy's barren wasteland of a brain and just tinker around with the fairy tale that this wasn't supposed to be a rug pull. We'll take a trip to the alternate dimension in the multiverse where this wasn't a scam from the get-go. What new cool thing did you make, brother? Doc Hollywood, you made a meme coin. You and 10 billion other goobers on the planet. Well, it didn't do anything new. It was certainly nothing we haven't seen before. You made a meme coin to capitalize off a stale meme. Like, what are you talking about? That's like me saying I reinvented water by putting it in this glass, as opposed to, like, whatever glass you might be using. It's the same goddamn thing everyone knows. It's like, what?
Not dumping on you, not bundle sniped. Not 100% of the liquidity or whatever was bundle sniped by the team and propped up charts. You guys are not the target audience. Sorry to say, right? This is not the target audience.
Who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people. I don't know y'all, right? I see some friendly faces in this audience.
This strategy is bold. This is an advanced maneuver. He's trying that Reddit/nice guys move of, well, actually, I was too good for you anyway, bitch. He's trying that on everyone that just lost money on this crypto scam. We didn't want you guys anyway. We weren't looking for you guys. You're all bad people, by the way. We're better than you and better off without you. So scram, Buster. Get out of town.
He's having a meltdown.
You know, I'm going to say y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. And I'm going to count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now.
When I first heard that, I burst out laughing like Santa Claus if Mrs. St. Nicholas went over there and tickled his belly. I couldn't believe he said that shit. He's just like, all of you in here are mentally ill. And me, by the way, because I'm here in the loony bin with all of you. And you're all bad people, and you're mentally ill. Like, what the fuck? Nothing says trustworthy business quite like one of the main people behind it having this public temper tantrum and ordering some french fries in a wambulance to come pick him up because he can't stop drowning in his own tears in a Twitter space where he's trying his absolute best to somehow defend this by not defending it. He didn't answer any questions or provide any evidence or proof that somehow explains that this wasn't a scam. And I am still dumbfounded that Doc Poopsock Hollywood is even trying to defend all of this. Because typically crypto rug pullers will vanish. They will just disappear and you will never hear their name again. He is doing everything he can to go out of his way to be in the public eye here. That's the real innovation here. That is the only new thing that Cock Hollywood is doing. Just openly putting his name and face on a full-blown red alert scam. That is incredible. That is unheard of. I don't know why. Maybe that was part of the contract, the deal with Tuah girl, that he would be the fall guy. He's got to be the sacrificial lamb for this whole thing. So now he's just playing his part, dancing on the stage. Stand back, Haley. I'll take it from here. Like he's some kind of superhero out of a comic book. I don't understand it, but I'm very entertained by it.
We're trying to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool. We're trying to give meme tokens away for free to people who have never had any crypto before, any meme token.
What in tarnation? I gotta stand up and take a lap. What? How is that cool? What? He's making it sound like he's some kind of like saint for this act. That's like me saying, I just trimmed my pencil, so I'm going to do something great for all of humanity. I'm going to give some of this pencil shavings away for free to everyone around me. It's meaningless. No one wants it. It's worthless. How is giving away Tuah coin a benefit to anybody at all? That shit is a curse. That is walking around with a dunce cap on. In fact, it is literally a curse because once you get the Tuah, you might be susceptible to buying more Tuah and you would have lost all your money on it. Like, it is the worst possible thing you could give somebody. And it has no actual value. It's worthless. It's beyond worthless.
And you guys should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to do something dope.
An actual 10 out of 10 finale, a magnificent closing line. You all should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to do something dope. And he is. He is the dopest. He's doing kickflips on a skateboard. He's smoking cigarettes. He's looking at boobies. Like, this guy, I mean, he fucks. This is a man we're talking about here. And at the end of the day, no one's really giving him enough thanks. Like, they're not giving him the flowers that he deserves. I love that. I love that perspective from him. Well, yeah, all of you lost your money on my meme coin scam token. Yeah, you all lost money. And not one of you thanked me for it. What's the deal with that? You're all bad people and you're mentally ill. Imagine some stranger walking up to you, punching you in the nose, stealing your wallet, and then wondering where his thanks is at. Why is no one slobbering on my meat for this huge scam that I just pulled off? Hello? Why am I hearing crickets? Doc Hollywood is clearly a big piece of shit, but man, his meltdown had me laughing. I just had to share it with you. Check out CoffeeZilla's video for a full breakdown on the scam in its entirety and everything about it. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. Number 2. So, best airsoft fights and flip outs. He's a resub criminal in the Bits Spain. Am I gonna get DMCA'd? Isn't this My Chemical Romance?
It was an accident. What do you mean it was an accident? I said bang bang to you, motherfucker. What's up? What's up? Fucked up.
Jesus Christ! All right, I'm sorry. How tall is this guy? Is he like 6'5" or something? Like Jesus.
Oh, let's go then. What the fuck? Where do you wanna go? You get this nigga.
He's resub Tuah.
You supposed to go fucking down, bro. You tell your shit apart.
Yo, you know this is the game, right? Huh? You know this is the game, right?
I know, but I'm right here. I said bang bang. You didn't go down.
I didn't know you were out.
I said bang bang. I was out, dude.
How did I know?
Bro, I said bang bang to you. Yeah, if he come up to bang bang, I came behind you.
Alright, Jesus Christ, I'm not trying to bang. Just let's go to the next round.
You wanna go talk to the ref?
God damn. They're also like a whole head shorter than the guy that they're trying to like gang up on.
Me too, bro. No, he's just sitting there, dude. What the heck? Call your freaking hit.
Come on, this is a real man sport. Say fucking. Call your fucking hit. You pussy bitch. You pussy
dude, if
bitch.
you're gonna fix your gun, just go back to the spawn.
Say that to him. Say that to him. Say that to him.
Not working. Just go back to your
Man, this guy came up here with a fucking stick. He's got the shotgun out.
Yeah, because you weren't calling your hit, dude. Seriously? Like, what the hell?
I was yelling at you. I was telling you.
Yeah, that's why you go back to your spawn. You never said hit. That's why I kept shooting you. You can't just say stop shooting. You can say, oh, I'm hit, and you go back to your spawn.
He's making a good point.
Then you can fix it at your spawn, man.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, I'm hot. It's hot out. Just go back to your spawn, dude.
The weather is bad. You're making me upset.
Dude,
Can you please leave?
Yeah, you didn't call your hit.
Hey, come on. The sun's about to go down. I gotta go home and do homework. Can you please leave?
I'm 20 feet away. How did you
Just go back to your spawn, please.
I heard you, but you didn't call your freaking hit.
Yeah. Okay. Can you go back to your spawn?
Yeah, it did.
So you call your hit and you go back to your respawn. If you're not gonna go back to your respawn, I'm freaking shooting you again. Just go.
Is he gonna? Wait, is he gonna pop him?
Freaking maroon. Like Jesus. Did you hear him call his hit? Did you just
Laser
lay
reset
freaking
ninja
back down?
in the prime Nino.
Oh frick! Hold on. Make sure he doesn't move up. Like what the heck? Go back to your spawn.
Dude.
Nixie tier 1 Caesar salad.
Your spawn's way back there. I went to my spawn. No, dude, I glanced back. I saw you. Just there.
What is happening?
Oh, what the heck? Dude, back off. Chill out. Go back to your spawn.
What are you guys' problem?
Go back to your spawn. What is your problem?
What is this guy doing? He's like a glitched NPC. Just go home. Frick. What the heck? Oh my god, now look what you've done.
Back. What the hell are you freaking doing? Piece of crap.
Oh no.
What the hell is your problem?
Stop shooting at me.
He broke my freaking sight, you piece of crap.
No, you're right. Hey, he opened up as you was walking away. Fucking face.
This is a stark contrast to the last one.
You're the game. Hey, touch me.
Who is that?
Hey, dude, chill.
Is that Ben Stiller?
Really identifying tattoo right there on your neck, dude.
I don't give a
Sure
fuck.
you want to start
know where I'm
swinging?
from? I'm Sureño right here, motherfucker.
Okay.
You want to fuck with me? Huh? You'll die in a second, bro.
Hey, come
Whoa.
on. Calm down, guys.
Yeah, you remember the tattoo?
I'm not.
Hey, I'm the one who pointed the gun at you because I was being funny. Fuck you. Hey.
Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Actually, it was me that did it. I did.
Neither am I. I'm 30 fucking years old. Good. Guys, I'm at the field. Yeah, exactly.
How tall? It's like every protagonist here is so tall. The guy filming is like 8 feet tall.
I want to stop
all you guys walk away and no
I will.
That's my guy.
Fuck your guy.
Hey. Off the field, please.
Hey, if you walk away, he'll stop. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, is this guy riding in on horseback? What was that?
Bro, you're out. Hey! Rah! Come on, dude. Just call the hit. Call the hit, bro.
Don't do it. Hey, don't give in to peer pressure. Don't call that shit.
You need to start calling your hits. Seriously. Excuse me? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Oh boy. Oh god, now it's getting that. Oh!
Yeah, fucking shoot me again! Hey, Rah!
Fucking laser beamed his head. I thought it was gonna be like that scene in Suicide Squad where Will Smith like keeps shooting the head on the target and then like carves a hole through it. This guy's accuracy, he's probably like MVP. He was hitting the same spot on his head the whole time.
Yeah, fucking shoot me again!
Is he aimbotting? God damn.
Are they like gonna shoot me or what the fuck's going on?
I don't know, you guys want to fucking call your hits?
Oof. Oh god, he's coming in hot. What is that, a lawnmower?
I'll beat the fuck out of you, don't touch me. I'll fuck you up. Bring it on. Let it finish. Pussy. Let's go, you're running.
Alright, now let's punish him for that.
He got it on camera.
Fucking go. What the fuck was that? Dude fucking ran up and fucking
I haven't played Airsoft since I was a kid. Does it not, like, hurt anymore? I remember as a kid it felt like shit. These guys are tanking it. What?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's uncalled for.
Yeah, he ran up and pushed my friend.
What's going on?
Full auto him.
That is a big boy.
Calm down. Hey,
after my guy was dead.
Back up, chill the fuck out, dog.
Calm down.
What is going on?
My guy was dead. He full autoed him right in the back as you. Yeah, he pushed my friend.
Bro, get the fuck out of my face.
Okay, this is Jesus Christ. It's like a fucking Polish slapping competition here. Everyone is so big.
30?
Holy shit.
Touch me, that's assault on a minor. Guess what? My dad's a lawyer. Go ahead, touch me.
Oh, he's got you backed against the corner now.
Shut up.
My dad'll sue you.
You shut up.
I don't really care who's in the right or wrong. I'm just here to watch. I mean, I'm not on the side of evil or justice here. I just like to watch. Oh god, it's chaos! It's chaos! The streets are littered with blood!
Dang it, I've shot you so many times. Dude, you didn't even hit me. Gun doesn't count. Go! Dude, you want me to come out? Hey! I just meleeed you.
Wait, what? What do you mean you just meleeed you? I didn't see that. What? How did he melee? Do you shout melee? Oh, it's like LARPing? Okay. Okay, so like you say like slash. Tiger slash. Tornado spin. Kick. I remember one time we watched that Airsoft thing where you're in a helicopter and storming a base. I want to do one of those.
No, we're not. You get out. Hold your head. Hey, calm down.
No, don't calm down. Beat some ass. Beat some fucking ass. I don't care if they're 12 years old. That means their bones will break easier. Let's go. Oh. Oh, this is a full-blown fight. Holy, this ain't Super Smash Bros. Salty Ice Climbers moments anymore. This is a full-blown fight. Man pulled out a tire.
Everybody up. There goes the fun.
You're ruining Airsoft for everybody. You heathens. A lot of testosterone in here.
We don't give a fuck anymore. This game is so...
Dude, what the
Dude, what the fuck? And then it makes like the... Oh! Full auto Airsoft sounds like a computer blue screening.
What the fuck, bro? Drop it. What the fuck are you guys doing?
the fuck, bro? Let go of my gun!
No, you're shooting
Let go of my gun!
Oh, no one's safe. Oh god, the floodgates are open.
Just put the gun down.
Oh, right in his butthole, come on. He shits from there. Have mercy.
Get off me!
Don't
fucking touch my gun again!
He
shot me first!
Hey!
Is there no, like, authority here? Where's the sheriff?
Yes, bitch! That's what I'm doing! It is out! Like, oh my...
Don't goddamn come back! Don't goddamn come back!
Yes, sir!
Now you're banned from Airsoft. Was it worth it?
He was the one who shot me first!
He's gotta go too!
Yeah, but you're 13.
Hey, guys!
So now you're getting the
What
rap.
we need right now. Go away!
Let go of me!
Get the fuck off my field.
He's the one who shot me first, you fucking fat retard!
Yeah.
Oh.
Get the fuck off my field! Give me your goddamn gun.
Get off!
No! You fucking do that shit again?
Is that Slade from the Teen Titans? Is that a cameo?
You fucking do that shit again, and you're going to goddamn juvie, you fucking kid.
He's the one who shot me first, and you guys are
Yeah, well, you just fucking shot me!
Yeah, I know! Thanks for telling me, I'm so surprised!
Put your fucking
I shot...
Why would the kid upload this?
Get the fuck off!
Unless the court made him. This is so embarrassing.
Put your barrel saw.
I don't have a fucking barrel saw.
Then why are you fucking here playing?
There, whoop-de-doo, now get off!
No!
Whoop-de-doo.
Oh my god.
People still say that?
Guys, it's okay. Now, I will walk you out. You're not controlling a
Get
gun in
off.
my facility.
Get the fuck off!
No.
Stop disrespecting the Power Rangers. Just get off the field.
Fuck off.
Because I'm responsible for the safety of everybody here.
No, you're not! This is my property!
Yes, and I'm walking out with you.
Get the fuck off!
Come
Laser
on.
Prime Ultra Spark.
You are leaving.
Get off!
Yeah, so Airsoft Rage kind of goes hard. You weren't wrong. That shit got a little intense. We got a little wacky in there.
Are you rushing all the way around?
It is more Airsoft.
Alright.
What the fuck was that?
What are you doing? What the heck?
Jesus Christ, yeah, they fucking murdered him.
What are you doing? Dude, what the heck?
What?
Yeah, dude, what the heck?
Why are you saying what? Did you spill all of that guy?
Yeah, he burned my patch.
He burned your patch?
What does that mean?
He's a little kid, bro. No! Back up! Little kid. Hey, you need to call the cops or something, dude.
Want me to walk off?
Yeah, get off. I need to talk to you.
What the fuck just happened? What does that mean? Sounds like an adult. He absolutely is an adult. No doubt. What always blows me away is this guy is the only one who was filming here, it seems. I don't see any other, like, GoPros. So he's the only one that could have this footage. He could have just not posted it, but he did anyway. Like, it blows my mind. So what is the story here?
So here you go.
So he had a shitty Airsoft team, and the kid burned his patch on a grill.
So one of the team members found this video, and I think...
Real quick before I continue, what is the age range for Airsoft teams? Why is there a 12-year-old boy on a team with the adults? Shouldn't there be, like, age divisions? Right? You would think? Yeah, goddamn. That I have to imagine is an actual, like, crime. Doesn't hurt that much. Bro, that's a kid. And he full autos him with whatever expensive tactical airsoft gun that is. It's gonna hurt like a bitch. It has to be like some kind of assault or something. So what's the rest of the story here? Surely there's more to it than that. Now I'm super interested here. Is this accurate? For the people who are watching this years later, the patches were made by his grandma who passed away, and plus the leader of the clan spent almost $1,000 buying the kid equipment and ammo, so basically he burned the patch made by his dead grandma and basically stole $100 worth of stuff from him. So that's like the actual lore, or is that just from the comments? Okay, so they're both assholes. It seems like most of the kids in these Airsoft videos are real, like, big douchebags. That's 2 in a row then, if that's true. That does kind of sound made up, though. Like, the patches were made by his dead grandma? I don't know if that's... Like, you see that kind of shit, like, on Reddit when someone's backpedaling. Like, the only reason I got mad is because my grandmother actually made my Reddit account name, so when I was insulted for it, I just lost my cool. So I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I have been paying very close attention to the Twitch bot apocalypse. I've kept my finger on the pulse of it. I find it to be a really interesting topic here. For those that don't know, a few days ago, Twitch made good on their promise where they swore they would be making bot detection and eradication a priority. They finally called attention to a issue that has plagued Twitch since the beginning. Since the genesis of Twitch, in the primordial soup of streaming, there has been bots that have infected the platform. And for the longest time, Twitch had gone really hands-off. They said, you know what, if we don't put our hands on the stove, we won't know if it's hot. But recently they said that they were going to actually be directly attacking this bot issue. And a few days ago, they rolled out their first targeted strike here on bots. And boy, howdy, it was a doozy. Apparently, the overall viewership on Twitch went down as much as 24% compared to last week, with many big streamers suddenly losing thousands of viewers. Not just big streamers, streamers of all shapes and sizes lost tons and tons of viewers, like across the board. It was a pretty big purge of invalid traffic, bot activity. As I said a couple days ago, I was pretty surprised with how hard they hit the ground running here. I thought it would just be like lightly poking the bear, like, oh, we got rid of like 100 bots. Big W, Twitch is saved. But no, they kind of like, they dropped a bomb here. It was a pretty big deal. So big, in fact, that a lot of streamers, many suspected of being a view botter, had just decided not to stream for like the last week or so, inexplicably. Just randomly deciding not to stream during the bot purge, which of course has everyone raising an eyebrow, and of course all of this has led to a lot of finger pointing, a lot of shit stirring, a lot of spitting, a lot of farting and coming. It's been kind of pandemonium in the streaming space as people are noticing view counts have been dropped from a lot of streamers, and in some cases drastically. So the natural conclusion people are drawing is they were view botting. And as I predicted, and as everyone predicted, nobody wants to own up to being privy to their channel being view-botted, because that's against the rules. They would get banned. No one's ever going to admit to it. So it's been a lot of cope and a lot of excuses, like, oh, it must have just been this stranger over here that's been doing this and I had no fucking clue. I'm glad that it's getting solved. Everyone is talking about this as a positive thing. Meanwhile, in the background, there are people that no doubt are shaking their fist in anger in demanding that their botting service get it under control and fix it, because they need those viewer numbers to go back to where they were. Because obviously, if it doesn't, people are going to be aware there was some fraudulent activity there. And the only question remains, did the streamer know? Like, were they guilty of paying for the service themselves? Or was it like an org they were affiliated with? Because according to a lot of the data, all of which is public, by the way, you can see all of the viewer numbers post and pre-purge. All of this is public. So you can see a lot of streamers that are affiliated with an org, like OTK is the big one everyone's talked about. But not just OTK, there were other orgs coming under fire as well. Namely, FaZe was another one that people had a lot of question marks over their head with, because a lot of the streamers affiliated with FaZe also took huge drastic drops in their viewership during this purge. So the speculation is that these orgs are boosting the numbers of some of the streamers under their umbrella, because by having more successful streamers under their brand, it's good for the brand. Obviously, the motivation is to make more money, because you can make significantly more doubloons if the streamers that are under your blanket are more popular. So if you boost your streamers by thousands upon thousands of viewers that they don't legitimately have, you can still bring those numbers to brands that would be none the wiser in the partnership. And according to some other streamers, there's been actually quite a bit of talk from streamers about orgs even like softly admitting to doing this in certain cases. I don't know like all the particulars around that, but there has been like a lot of discussion that orgs do actually do this. Like, it's not just a full-blown conspiracy theory, but then the question becomes, well, do the streamers under these orgs know about that? Like, there's just a lot of questions now after all of this bot detection and all this bot purging. It's been a flood of questions, like Yahoo Answers just got revived. Did the streamers viewbot themselves? Was it a member of their community viewbotting the streamer? Did the streamer, are they a victim of like a stranger, a malicious bad actor trying to artificially boost their numbers to potentially ruin their reputation? Is there a super fan of the streamer that's trying to boost their favorite streamer to make them more popular because they just love them so much? Does the streamer know that the org they're affiliated with might be boosting their numbers? Just so many questions. And another big discussion that's come from all of this is about sponsors. Allegedly, some sponsors have been botting sponsored streams in order to make it seem more popular to the average viewer. So they'll artificially boost those numbers so it seems like there's more hype around the product, and they've also been accused of botting even beyond sponsored streams, because by being partnered with that streamer, it's better for their brand if that streamer is perceived as more popular. So they'll boost them even beyond the sponsored stream, just so that way they can use it as marketing material, like, hey look, we're partnered with this big guy. And meanwhile, a lot of the viewership is botted by the sponsor, allegedly. But I also want to mention that in only 2 days here, it seems that there are some botting services that have already found ways of circumventing these bans. There are some streamers that have miraculously bounced back after a 3-day plummet to not only where they were, but in some cases even higher, despite nothing changing in their content and doing nothing different. So it does look like in certain cases, some bots have found a way to evade this. So I'm hoping this isn't Twitch's only action here against bots, because as I mentioned, it's going to be an ongoing tug of war. And it is good for the entire platform to do your best to stop bot activity. Fake, phony, baloney numbers are bad for all of the streamers on the platform, except for, of course, the ones that are paying to win in the streaming space. Which is another thing. There is a very real possibility, and something that has been talked about by some of the biggest streamers, that a strategy that used to be used and is probably still employed to a certain degree is some streamers would bot their streams for a while to try and grow an organic viewer base, and then they would completely stop paying for the botting service and just let the organic numbers start to take over as more people assimilate into the community. So, of course, this is never going to detect that strategy, but even still, Twitch needs to do everything it can to stop bots, because it is very bad for everyone on the platform to just let this rampant issue continue and spiral out of control. Now, I think I need to explain why I have this perspective, and so many people have this perspective, because I've seen a lot of people downplaying this as like not a big deal, like this is a fucking nothing burger. Who cares about view counts? If you can pay for it, you should do it. It gives you the advantage in the space. You gotta stand out in the market, so if you can do anything to get an edge, you gotta fucking do it. And yeah, you're right, it's a saturated market, so obviously buying view bots is going to immediately help you stand out by floating to the top of a category, so that way some curious Georges will see you at the front there, and they'll click because you've got the most viewers, so obviously there's a lot of hubbub there, and they want to see what all the fuss is about, so they'll check out your stream because you have artificially inflated the numbers, and then you have now occupied that viewer, which takes it from another streamer that is legitimately streaming to an audience and a real community of people there to watch them instead of just an army of clankers. In fact, the argument kind of mirrors something from many moons ago when Twitch was still pretty new. I'm going to take you back to the past to talk about some titties and ass. There was a huge trend on Twitch for a while with something called booby streamers, if anyone remembers that, where there was a trend on Twitch where streamers would try and wear the most revealing clothing that Twitch would possibly allow in the most sexual of positions, and constantly putting cleavage as like the main hook to draw viewers in. And this drew a lot of outrage because people believed that by doing that, they were stealing viewers from their streams because they weren't showing cleavage and everything. It was a huge debate that raged on for years, actually, and people were always split on whether or not that was the case. Was this streamer with cleavage stealing a viewer from this guy over here who was building a brazen bull in Minecraft? Well, the jury was always out. But in this case, there is clear data, clear-cut, irrefutable evidence that viewbotting your streams and fucking leapfrogging your way ahead of everyone that is legitimately streaming with less viewers than you does actually steal the viewers from them. You are directly competing in the exact same content, but you have now floated more visibly to the top through artificially inflating your numbers, fundamentally paying to win, and cheating the system. That 100% does take viewers away from the actual streamers on Twitch. Across the board. It's not a debate, and it's not like a competitive advantage. You are cheating. You are breaking the rules of the website too, by the way. Twitch just doesn't choose to enforce them very often. They have just let this go unchecked for an extremely long period of time. But it's not allowed. You're not supposed to be able to do that. So this, again, is not a debate. So, the problem is, that shit sucks. That is bad, not only for all the streamers that are doing it legitimately, but it's also bad for the platform. I'm actually kind of surprised Twitch doesn't face more hot water for their handling of bots for this long, because while Twitch on their back end can identify fraudulent traffic and adjust your ad revenue for it, that is something they've talked about before, how, like, if you viewbot a stream up to 2 million viewers instantaneously and then just start farming ads, Twitch will go and analyze that traffic to see if it's real, and they will adjust your earnings on it. I've seen them talk about that. While Twitch can do that on their back end and not lose their ass on that, you know who can't? Brands that work with streamers. The way a brand partnership works when it comes to streamers is they base your pay on your metrics. And the metrics that you provide, well, that's not going to account for bots. They can only go off the information that is accessible. And they don't have that back-end ability that Twitch has to go in there and see, well, who's a real viewer versus a fake one? Like, how many bots are here? They only have your metrics. So that's your average viewers, which could easily be hyperinflated because of bots. So what streamers can easily do, and definitely have done, is they boost all of their numbers to really high levels that they really are not achieving organically. It's not real viewers. It is all fraudulent, invalid traffic from botting services. They will inflate their viewer numbers. Then brands will approach them, or they will approach brands about doing a partnership or a sponsored stream, and they'll provide those viewer numbers, which will have the brand then give them higher pay than what they should be receiving. And the brand will pay this money under the impression that it's being served to X amount of viewers. And those viewers, they're assuming, are real, legitimate human beings with a pulse, but in reality, a lot of times, it's being served to bots. Aren't even there, aren't consuming it at all. So they're paying a lot of money to be put in front of bots without their knowledge. In some cases, of course, that's not every case. As I mentioned earlier, there are some brands that have been accused of botting the sponsored stream itself in order to float more visibly to, like, Twitch in whatever category they're in. So there are definitely some brands that are more than fine with using botting services to make it seem like it's more hype and there's more interest in this sponsored stream. Like, wow, there's 20,000 viewers here to watch, you know, the poop that took a pee 2.0 just dropped. Look at all these people in here that are watching this sponsored stream. Meanwhile, it's the agency itself that is paying to boost those numbers. So both of these things happen, where a brand will be none the wiser that what they are paying for is not getting served to real human beings that they expect it to. It's getting served to bots. And there are some brands that pay to actually just use the bots to try and generate this artificial hype around something. The way that bots function in the Twitch ecosystem is fucking crazy. I really am kind of surprised Twitch hasn't faced more problems from these companies for it. Like companies that might feel defrauded. Like they paid hand over fist to these streamers based on these viewer numbers only to learn, well, they're all being botted because Twitch does not care about botting. They kind of gave the soft green light that they're not going to crack down on it and don't really give a fuck. I imagine some brands would be really pissed to learn that. And I'm surprised they haven't, like, called out Twitch or tried to handle this litigiously or something about it. I don't know, I just found that to be a little interesting because it is very clear botting is a huge issue on Twitch. When they finally took their first real step in fighting against this menace, their overall platform viewership dropped 24%. And that's just the first snowball in an avalanche of bots, I imagine. That is the first wave. Can you imagine if Twitch actually deleted every bot from the platform? I wonder how high that percentage drop would have gone. You know what I mean? Now, in reality, I don't think that's ever going to happen. It's a very tall order to fight and delete every bot when these services are constantly going to be doing everything and spending tons and tons of money of their own to evade bot detection because they have so many clients that use them. There will probably always be bots on Twitch. Not only on Twitch, it's obviously on YouTube and every other streaming platform as well. I understand that. And also, I feel as though Twitch might be apprehensive about this anyway. Like, if Twitch had a magic button that they could press it, and it would guarantee every bot and all invalid traffic would be banned on Twitch from this point forward and could never return. It'd basically be like in K-pop Demon Hunters when they fully seal away all the demons, they can't return. If Twitch could do that right now, I think they would be very apprehensive about it. Because we just saw them take one step in fighting bots and they lost 24% of their viewer base over the last few days that it's been there. Like, that's a huge drop. And if they did it even harder, that number would only climb. And I imagine they would be worried about all of their brand partners starting to jump ship like, oh no, Twitch is dying. Look at this graph. You see how there's no more views? It's all dried up. Time to pull our ad spend from Twitch. I think they would be worried about the future of Twitch if they did that because their viewer count numbers would be so much lower, significantly lower, that they'd probably be getting hit financially pretty hard from all of these sponsors that are paying money to be put there. And brands don't really care about, like, the nuance of what the numbers say. They only care about what the numbers indicate. So most of the brands, I imagine, would see this. And in fact, some of them are probably already worried with the 24% drop. But if it got even higher, some brands would probably see this and they wouldn't take into account like it's all bot activity. They would see this and be like, nope, this is dangerous. This is not worth the ad spend. We're pulling out. And even if they did bother to take a little bit of time looking into it, they might feel slighted by Twitch for letting this bot problem persist for so long, and they were spending so much money for what ultimately amounted to a lot of invalid traffic. So I think Twitch would be really skeptical about getting rid of every bot, even if they could. Which is why I was so surprised that they went this hard out of the gate against the bots and actually did make a dent in it. And I hope they continue to do this. I hope that they didn't, like, you know, pump the brakes like, oh, that was a lot. We took a big viewership hit there from all this bot stuff. Let's maybe, you know, pull our punches a little bit here. I hope they don't go down that path. Like, I do hope they continue to make this a priority and do legitimately try and get as many bots off of Twitch as they possibly can. Anyway, that's enough blabbering about it from me today. That's about it. See ya. There are more podcasts on YouTube than there are stars in the night sky. Everyone has been convinced that they're a unique, special little butterfly and that their insight is invaluable. And now that there's so much easy access to recording equipment, everyone gets this insidious little idea planted deep in their noodle that it's time to start a podcast. And my God, I tell you, it's a plague. It's a disease, a virus that's infecting the mind of the most insecure and insufferable people of all time. For some reason, once that AT 2020 touches their hand, they just scream their insecurity from the mountaintop with authority, proudly. And it blows my mind, but I've never seen insecurity projected quite like what I'm about to show you today. So I am still shocked that he hasn't scrubbed this podcast episode from the entire cyberspace, just wiped it from the internet. Like, if this was a clip of mine, I would have paid every penny I have to my name in order to ensure this never sees the light of day again, that this clip stays buried, like the fucking Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! It is that embarrassing. Like, you couldn't lock me up in Guantanamo Bay and torture this clip out of me, and yet he still has it on his channel. So the podcast is like a bootleg Fresh and Fit, where they just get a bunch of women together and ask them stupid questions and then rate each other's beauty. And then he gets really offended. Like, visibly upset, and I really thought he was going to start bawling his eyes out, crying in the fetal position. And I've watched a couple of their episodes now, because I was curious if this was like an isolated thing. But no, this is pretty common. This is like a staple in their show, from what I can tell, where they just have this section where they ask the women that they bring on to rate their beauty. Rate the podcast host's beauty.
Listen, ladies, we're rating just off physical appearance, just off beauty, okay? Same standards. Trust me, we're not going to get hurt, okay?
That's the biggest lie ever told since the time Kellogg's tried to convince the world that sugar doesn't make you fat. So, the segment is Rate Our Appearance, basically, which is some actual middle school, literal baby brain man-child behavior shit. That is insecurity at its finest, to have the women you bring on as guests rate your appearance. That's so stupid. I'm surprised they don't also play Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare. And maybe they do, I've only watched a couple of their episodes, but he says that they're not going to get offended with the ratings. Well, do I have news for you?
All right, cool.
Stop being delusional. What the fuck?
All right, so now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick, don't fucking waste my time. Rate the guys. Do me a favor, Josh. Stand up real quick, man. Everybody look at him once, man. He's not going to stand up again, all right? So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our fucking producer. Go, from 1 to 10. Just off beauty. Go.
When he does these sections, it really seems like he's some kind of basketball coach who's really upset at the team. Like, he gets very aggressive with all of it. Like, don't waste my fucking time. Listen, we're going to do the drill right now. We're going to do it right. So stand the fuck up, Josh. Look at him. Now spin around, Josh. Okay, good. Drop your pants, Josh. Good. Now rate everything you just saw. Now, don't waste my time. Like, I don't know why he gets, like, so upset even before they hear ratings. Like, he immediately goes into these sections combative. And I watched the whole episode up until this point. Like, he's pretty blunt and like very much so most of the time. But when it gets to this one in particular, he's like angry. Like, even before anything happens, he's already angry.
Speaking to the fucking mic.
I would rate you.
First you're rating me, and then him, and then him. Go.
I'll rate you a 7.
All right. What is he?
I'll rate you an 8,
All right.
and I'll rate Josh an 8 also.
Okay. What about you? Go.
I would rate you a 8.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Come on, he just fucking stood up, bro. Like, come on.
I don't even know what he's getting upset with here. She only took like an extra 2 seconds to take another look at the guy. It's like he just lost a gold split in a speed run to this extra 2-second time loss. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why he's so on edge. It seems like he just really hates the guests that they bring on. Because when he's talking to his boys, he's like much more jovial and joking and smiley. But the second the conversation shifts to the rest of the class here, like the group of women over there, he turns into like a drill sergeant and starts getting extremely serious and loud. So I don't know why they even bring on women to this podcast when they don't even really want them there. And I also don't know why women keep agreeing to go on shows like these, because half the time it's them just like saying, you're not good looking and shit like that. Like, right after this rating section of rating the podcast hosts go through and rate all the women. And they literally give them 2s, 3s, and 4s. And make sure that they know that the hosts don't find them attractive. So I don't really get why women keep signing up for this shit just to get insulted by podcast hosts, and they don't say anything or do anything. Like, the women will insult each other sometimes. Like, they don't ever push back against the hosts at all, so then they just walk away looking silly from all of it. Like, all of it is just a net loss for the women that go on these shows. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I would say 9.
All right. What about you over there? Go.
2.
Okay.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I would give him a 10 because he invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass bitch. I'm trying to
Thank
figure
you.
out why you rated me a 2 because we're not going off our interactions. We're going off beauty.
I don't
right?
like life.
I don't give a fuck. He's light skinned just like me, and you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the fuck up and get the fuck out.
Thank you.
Yeah, get out.
Spoken like a man whose feelings weren't hurt at all and wasn't offended by the 2 rating. So he tries to justify it with, you only rated me a 2 because we had a disagreement earlier, which I guess they did, but even still, this is an extreme overreaction to getting rated a 2. The insecurity is palpable. You can fucking taste the salt here.
So what the fuck?
Stupid ass bitch. Make sure she gets her bag and phone too. Make sure she doesn't take the wrong fucking phone, dummy. All right, cool. So now, again.
You can actually hear that lump in his throat start to form from all the emotion building up inside of him. Get out of here, stupid bitch. Hey, make sure she grabs the right phone and not someone else's phone because she's so dumb she probably won't know which one's her phone. Dumb idiot. She's real stupid. You're stupid. I'm a 2. No, you're a 2. Unsurprisingly, this turned their own community against them for the episode. A lot of the chat messages pop up on screen, so you're just seeing things popping up saying like, damn, just because she gave you a 2, what the fuck? Or something like this where it's like, thought you wanted your show to last. Like, come on, man. It's because it's ridiculous. It's very clear temper tantrum over getting a 2. If you were someone that was actually getting pussy, if you were really slamming ham and glazing donuts, you wouldn't care if one girl didn't find you attractive or rejected you. You wouldn't care. You would laugh it off like a normal person. So one girl gives you a 2 and it shatters your whole ego and you publicly melt down about it? That's such a bad and embarrassing look. And he tries to justify it, like I said, by saying, she only gave me that 2 because of our negative interaction from moments ago. Just pure huffing of copium.
We're just going off physical beauty, okay? Not what we've been talking about, not my fucking arguments, not on none of that, okay? I want you to rate me, him, and then him. Go.
Can you stand up for a second?
You didn't see me before the show?
Yeah, but I just forgot.
I mean,
Just stand. It's not that hard. Okay. You're an 8.
God damn it, bro. Go ahead, rate him.
Podcast is now turned into like a hostage situation here. All the women seem on edge, and I actually just can't believe they didn't leave after that. Like, again, I don't understand why women keep signing up for this shit. Like, no one seems to be having any fun there. The hosts especially don't seem to be having any fun. This guy's co-host seems miserable, but he does liven up a little bit when he gets to rate the other women and gives them like 3s, 4s, and 5s and all that. But it's just so awkward and weird. The only explanation that I can come up with, the only rational way of explaining this is that the reason women are signing up for this show or shows like it is because they're being paid for their time, so it's like an hourly wage just to go there and be insulted or bouncing stupid questions off of. That's the only thing that almost makes sense. Like, so they just come on here to play a game of grade my friend's appearance for 2.5 hours or whatever. I mean, really, someone summed up the situation really nicely in the comments. They said, podcast is called Unfiltered, yet kicks a girl out for her opinion. And that is just such a nice, concise way of breaking it down and the silliness of all of it. Again, I watched a couple episodes just to try and get like an understanding of the content. There's nothing there. Everyone seems miserable most of the time, or they bounce the dumbest questions around, and they always just do a grade our appearance thing, which, who wants to listen or watch that? Like, I as a viewer, let's say that I was a huge fan of this podcast. Why would I want to keep seeing what women say about my podcast hosts? Like, why would I care? There's nothing there. There's no entertainment there, especially when one of them's super insecure about all of it, who's going to freak out if he doesn't get a 9. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. Drama, fake tears, and shitty acting. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect YouTuber apology. I'm sure many of you are familiar with YouTuber apologies because this shit happens all the time. I swear to God, YouTubers melt down more often than ice cream cones. There is every single week 5 or 6 big YouTuber meltdowns where they're all fucking crying on camera or faking their tears on camera, forcing themselves to cry on camera. And it's always terrible, but I don't think it's always fake. I'm sure a good bit of it's genuine with actual remorse. But when you go on camera to apologize for some petty internet bullshit and you're rubbing your eyeballs super fast and super hard like you're trying to stimulate a clitoris, or you're slapping your eyes like you're playing bongos to try and get them red and, you know, tearing up so it looks natural, it comes across like shit and you look stupid, and the apology videos and breakdowns are always silly. I don't know how people can still think it's a good idea to start crying on camera, begging for internet forgiveness and internet points. Just accept responsibility, move the fuck on, because the internet's going to forget about it in 45 minutes. Now, what's getting me talking about this subject today, two YouTubers had breakdown, meltdown, crying videos. One of them is JStation, who I just made a video about with his whole fake girlfriend death soap opera performance he tried to put on. He made a follow-up video, you know, reviving my dead girlfriend at 3 a.m. challenge. But then he deleted that video and deleted the whole second channel and posted this, where he reveals that it was all made up. The girlfriend never died, and in fact she just left him. Which I fucking called in my video, by the way. I said that she most likely left him, so go ahead and call me your toilet, because I saw that shit coming. I knew it. But aside from just proving me right, he just starts breaking down and crying, talking about growing up, dropping out of high school, going to prison and shit like that, just telling this whole sad story about his life. And it's hard to tell what's real and what's not with this guy, but either way, why are you telling that story? Why do you go 20 minutes going through shit that's not even related to the subject? Just fucking say, hey, it was fake, I fucked up, move on, and the internet will forget it. Especially your audience, JStation. Your fucking audience hasn't even developed object permanence yet. They're not even going to remember this stunt. You don't need a 24-minute long video crying the entire time about something. It serves no purpose, and it's just such a waste. And speaking of waste, you're wasting your time when you're not watching my streams at twitch.tv/moistcritical. Come stop by, I'd love to see you over there.
My baby. My baby had the most precious little hands. I used to make fun of him. I used to say like, oh, they're women hands like really small. And sometimes I think he got really insecure about it. I'm just so mean and everything.
This is from mukbang YouTuber Nikado Avocado. He posted this on the same day as JStation's, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this guy's channel when I made that video talking about why I don't like mukbang. I fucking hate mukbanging. I think that shit sucks fuck. I think it is bad. I do not like it when I watch it. I don't have any fun. I find it revolting, and I have nothing positive to say about it, and I don't respect it. Nikado Avocado became famous in the mukbang community for just his brutal attack of the calories he consumes during the videos. He snorts up those calories like he's snorting cocaine. It is actually genuinely impressive and revolting, and it is just not my cup of tea. I don't like mukbanging, but that is how he made a name for himself, and he's been all over some drama that I don't keep up with because I am not interested in learning about it. But he's been all in this drama and shit, and it all culminated into this video here, this climax for the anime arc that they've created. It sounds, from what I can pick up here, that his significant other left him, his husband or his boyfriend has left, and now he's touching a glove that I guess he wore, and he's getting all like psychopathic with the glove and rubbing it all over his face, and he's grieving. He's very clearly going through a very hard time, and yet, for some reason, he's felt compelled to put it all in a video on YouTube to share it with the world and still do a Taco Bell mukbang with it. I really feel like YouTubers, a good portion of them, are infected with a social media disease where they feel like they have to post everything ever online all the time, no matter how fucking sad. And this is just really sad stuff to watch this video. Just look at some more of this.
I wanna die. They were so precious and so sweet. My angel. My precious angel.
Again, I don't know this guy's situation or the drama he's involved in, but watching this video makes me feel very bad for him and the rough time he's going through. But why the fuck are you taking something so private and personal and posting it all online? And it's not just one video he has of it, he has like 5 of these videos of him breaking down about this situation. In fact, the day after he posted this one, he posted another fucking breakdown mukbang video where he's back in his deep-fried feelings consuming gratuitous amounts of unhealthy food, and another fucking mukbang where he is crying incessantly and loses his shit over some missing french fries. Why? Why not take some time away and digest it personally, privately? Not everything needs to be just shit it out online just because you have an online presence or you share some things about your life online. Not everything needs to be open. You don't have to have a perpetually open door or open ass cheeks for everyone to just come inside and look at what's going on in your life and what you're feeling at the time. And in Nakado's case especially, talking about wanting to die, that is some scary shit, and someone in his life needs to step up and get him some help. Someone needs to make sure he does not keep posting these crying mukbangs, get him off of the internet for however long is required to help him heal and get through his terrible situation, and then he can come back to the internet in a triumphant, glorious return in a healthier state of mind. But crying on camera and posting these videos isn't helping him move on. It's not helping anything. So someone, somewhere, needs to help Nakado Avocado and all of these other people that just keep posting these crying breakdowns to just help them realize that's not the way of going about it. It's like a social media infection that is compelling them to just post all kinds of embarrassing things that they know they shouldn't, but they can't help themselves. Look no further than Boogie's Twitter. I've never wanted to talk about Boogie2988 because his situation is such a weird, peculiar, and really sad one, but if you go on his Twitter for just 30 minutes and scroll down, it is nothing but walls of text, thousands of tweets, all crying and whining about all types of different things. If one person leaves a negative comment somewhere on the internet, Boogie has found it and he is crying about it on his Twitter. Oh, and don't even get him started on Reddit. If you mention that, that's like mentioning Voldemort. It is going to be a full-blown red alert, full fucking throttle, full erection meltdown. He goes on and on and on about everything that even kind of even hints at him on Reddit. It's fucking absurd. He has so many fucking Twitter breakdowns, at least one every 4 or 5 days, and it should all just be solved if he stepped away from Twitter. Fucking delete your account or just not use it. Just fucking delete the app. God damn. His mental health would improve significantly. His fucking reputation and image would improve significantly by not constantly engaging in all of this emotionally driven, impulsive posting and tweeting and revealing all kinds of crazy, very personal stuff and crying online. Just taking a step back and not doing that. That's exactly what Nakado Avocado needs to do as well. Not post all of this crying stuff online for the whole world to see. It's private stuff. It doesn't need to be personal or public. It's personal. Don't post everything online. Stop crying on camera. Stop impulsively making these super feely videos where you've got this raw emotion that you just want to get out there, but you're not stopping to think about it. It's not a good look. It's bad. It's embarrassing. Stop. It's never going to go over well when you're making these crying apology videos or these crying breakdowns. Just take some time off. That's all you got to do. Just step back. All right. Now that we've got that, now that I've got that out of my system, I feel better. It's just I'm so fucking tired of seeing these trendy meltdown videos and crying videos that get fucking recommended to me on YouTube's homepage or make the trending tab. It's silly. It's a bad look and it's dumb shit. That's it. So yeah. When you think of a hero, the first thing that pops in your head is probably like Spider-Man or Iron Man or something. But for me, when I think of a hero, I think of anyone who has to work in retail, food service, reservations, any job where you have to interact with a customer. Those are the real heroes. I have always said and always will say that any job that requires you to interact with customers is an absolute nightmare. Hell on earth. You're constantly experiencing the worst humanity has to offer every single day. Swallowing rusty nails would be less painful. And I think that's something that everyone on this planet can agree on, that rude customers are the lowest of the low. I have more respect for cockroaches than I do some douchebag that's melting down in public, yelling at an employee over something they had no control over in the first place. It is one of my biggest pet peeve. In fact, I'd say it's probably my biggest pet peeve. I hate that shit. And today there was a video that was going pretty viral on TikTok about a guy who posted his own meltdown at GameStop, and it is so embarrassing I couldn't help but just talk about it a little bit today. Let me show you it.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Listen, I'm recording you just because I've had the hardest time returning this. So if you tell me no, I'm gonna go ahead and sue GameStop.
I see this shit all the time. If you don't help me fix this problem that is my fault, I'm going to sue the entire company. Well, like, what do you expect them to do? Start groveling like, oh no, please, don't sue the company. Oh no, oh goodness gracious, oh please, anything but that, shaking their fist. I'll do anything to fix it. Oh god, just let me rectify this situation. Like, why do you expect the employee to give a fuck if you sue the company? Why is this GameStop employee all of a sudden gonna try and defend the company, the corporation, like, oh, no, you will not. I will not allow you to besmirch the good name of GameStop like this. I will fix your problem immediately, now that you've threatened legal action. Like, they have no say-so in the corporation. You know, this guy isn't John GameStop here. Like, he doesn't care. Who the fuck cares? I just can't wrap my head around this, like, 4-year-old thought process here. If I go after the company, surely the employee is now going to be able to magically fix my issue. It's not their company. They don't care. They're just an employee of it. It's not like they're married to it. It's not, you know, they don't care. They shouldn't care. It just makes no sense to me. But all power to this guy. If you want to sue GameStop and lose all your money in legal fees, please, go right ahead. It'll be a really fun, goofy headline to read. I implore you to sue GameStop. And it's really silly in this case because it's GameStop. It's not exactly a booming corporation. Like, what are you going to sue GameStop for? Their NFTs? Like you really stand to gain nothing out of it anyway? The whole thing is just a fucking disaster, and this guy's an absolute clown.
You know, you have nothing to do with this. I just need somebody to tell me no on video so I can go ahead and sue GameStop.
A brief moment of self-awareness where he acknowledges that the employee had nothing to do with this situation, but then still continues to make a big scene out of it. Jesus Christ, it's so painful. I'd rather teabag a barrel of plutonium.
I'm just trying to get my money back here. I bought the PS5 bundle, and then they made me buy a whole bundle, which isn't even on my receipt. I didn't sign no contract under you guys' policy. It's just unopened things are returnable.
They didn't pass you the receipt?
Yeah, go ahead. I think you were in here even when I bought it. So yeah, I got pressured into buying a bundle. I didn't even want it. So I got 3 games and the charging case. I kept the controller there.
You got pressured into buying a bundle and now you regret it. What do you mean you got pressured into buying a bundle? What, did the employees throw you against the lockers like it was football hazing? And take the goddamn credit card out of your wallet to make this purchase? What the fuck do you mean you got pressured into buying a PS5? Were you just sitting there trembling like, oh my god, they're talking about a bundle. Fuck, I'm gonna have to do it. Sweat pouring down your face. You like 8 years old? You come in here acting like a big man, but your issue makes it seem like you're just a big baby. Like, what the fuck, man? Jesus. And the whole issue is super stupid anyway, because when you buy a PS5, you get games with it. It's bundled up. And I think the reason, and I could be wrong, this one I'm not 100% sure on, the reason they bundle PS5s with games is to prevent scalping or reselling. So that way you're not just getting like the raw console to like resell for profit. You get games with it as well that drive the value up, so you spent more on like the entire package than you did just the actual hardware. I'm pretty sure it's like anti-scalping measures, though I'm not 100% sure. But when you're buying a PS5, you're never just buying like a raw PS5 anymore. It's always bundled.
Well, I get where you're coming from, where you didn't want to buy the bundle, but that's the only way you can get the system.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So through GameStop, right now we're only doing bundles for PS5.
Is that in writing? I know, so you're gonna just say no, huh?
Yeah, I can't take it.
So you can't give me the refund for this shit right here?
No.
Absolutely massive props to the employee here, keeping a level head and just delivering a firm no. I love that. Lays out the facts. The only way you get the system is with a bundle. Not much I can do for you there, champ. You made a decision that you regret, and I can't help you. But stop blaming us. It's your fault. You're dumb, not us.
Like, okay. When's your manager working so I can come and fuck with him? Because I'm going to definitely come fuck with him.
It should be tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What's his shift?
He should be in the morning.
All right. And what's his name? I just come and, I'm just going to come fuck shit up. Like I'm telling you, I'm not fucking around.
The guy who got pressured into buying a PS5 apparently is going to come make another big scene to the manager of the GameStop. How embarrassing. And this happens every single time. The customer's the one recording this. It blows my mind how every single time there's an event like this, it's always the biggest asshole that's recording it thinking they're right. He posted this in full confidence thinking that TikTok would be on his side, but instead all they did was steam his ham. They fucking slam dunked this guy across all of TikTok and on YouTube. I saw Jamari made a video about this as well. This guy's just become an absolute laughingstock, and it was entirely avoidable multiple ways. A, not making a big hoopla about you making a bad decision financially that you regret. Your fault. Take responsibility. Nothing GameStop can do for you here. And 2, not filming it yourself. You could have just not filmed it. And then 3, if you had the compulsive desire to film it, you couldn't fight the urge just scratching at your neck like, oh, I'm being an asshole and I gotta film it. Yes. Okay. Even after filming it, you could have just not posted it. Like, there were 3 ways of avoiding yourself being an absolute joke on the internet, and somehow all 3 of those filters you went right through. Impressive.
This is, yeah, you guys are trying to upsell motherfuckers. I could have paid 800 on StockX if that was the motherfucking case.
But you're just getting the system now.
I don't want no fucking Ratchet and Clank. Are you kidding me? You know what this is, bro.
No, like,
I pay $800 for some bullshit.
Like, say if like you wanted different games, like you legit like.
Can you give me in-store credit for all this?
Let me stop you right there, big guy. You do not want in-store credit at GameStop. They will give you like 15 bucks for this entire PS5. It'll be 15 bucks and like 5 toothpicks. In-store credit is the last thing you should be haggling for here. It is not worth it at all.
No, y'all trying to play me. It's a brand new game and I'm here to return them.
Saying y'all.
Y'all GameStop, and you represent GameStop. You ain't got no name tag or shirt, but you GameStop. So that's why I'm saying y'all. Yeah, if you don't want to represent it, then quit.
I work.
Ah, yes, the classic. You work at GameStop, which means you are GameStop. So all of my problems are your problems. It's I don't even know where to start with what just happened there. Telling him to quit if he doesn't rep GameStop. What does that mean? What are you talking about? This guy's giving you all the answers to your questions and you're still mad at him. It's your fault. You signed the receipt. You didn't have to pay $800 for the bundle if you didn't want to. You not only signed the receipt, you walked out of there and you went home, you marinated on it, and then you came back and made a big scene about it. Like, it's your fault. It's not this guy's fault. Telling him to quit his job if he's not there to, like, fight for GameStop tooth and nail is so silly. Oh, I can't stand, like, customers like this. These videos just always boil my blood. And I've never even worked in, like, the customer service industries or anything like that, but my heart absolutely breaks for the people that have. It seems so miserable. And seeing customers in real life, like, you see the worst fucking people. It's so aggravating. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a bit since the video was floating around, and that's really about it. See ya. Last night, history was made at the Oscars when Parasite, a Korean film, absolutely cleaned ass, taking home a plethora of awards, including the prestigious Best Picture award, which has never been done before by a foreign language film. And I think it deserved each and every one of those awards. It absolutely dusted titties at the Oscars last night, and for good reason. The movie's a masterpiece, and I can't recommend it enough. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn or eat my own cum, but I saw it coming. Back in 2019, you'll remember we did the Moisties, the top 5 best movies of 2019. We put Parasite as number 1. The Academy must be big fans of the Moist Meter because they absolutely agreed with our expert opinion. The Academy straight bent over and goatsied themselves just letting Bong Joon-ho run a train on their awards show, which he absolutely deserves. Bong Joon-ho is a creative genius who makes nothing but hits, and I'm super pleased to see him clean up these awards. But this was not without controversy because they're not speaking English in Parasite, baby! Oh, are you kidding me? You're winning an American award, but you don't speak English? It's an outrage. You know Twitter went up in flames. But not just Twitter, there were some brave YouTubers that weren't afraid to embarrass themselves and ruin their reputation. So I'll start there, because Twitter gets mad over everything. If someone came out tomorrow and solved every disease ever, people would still be trying to cancel them and fucking whining about it on Twitter. So we'll start with this brave man.
It already was nominated and won for Best Foreign Film. So if Best Foreign Film is the equivalent to Best Picture for the foreign films, why is it then allowed to be nominated for Best Picture? Can someone explain that to me?
Yeah, actually, I think I can step in here and take that question on. Also, just want to say, love the way you pronounce the word equivalent. You say equivalent. It makes it sound like you're doing a really adorable senpai, ooh kind of thing. Really cute stuff, man. But yeah, the reason why it can win International Film and Best Picture is because it was so fucking good that it got nominated for Best Picture. And it happened to be an international film, which means it also got nominated there.
It isn't like, you know, the Oscars has, you know, Best Picture and Best United States Film, right? It's like we don't have two chances to win a movie, right? Like Joker, 1917, Ford vs. Ferrari, Marriage Story, they didn't have two chances to win an Oscar. It was Best Picture and Best Picture only.
So his main gripe with the Best Picture, as he calls it, sounding like he's straight out of the Rugrats cartoon, is that Parasite had multiple chances, as he calls it, by winning International Best Film and Best Film. He believes that if a film wins International Best Film, it should not be eligible to compete for Best Film because it's only an international film and shouldn't be allowed to be the best overall film for some reason. And he keeps mentioning American films like Joker in 1917, but he fails to realize that 1917 is not an American film to begin with, so he's already way off his mark.
I don't get it. There's a reason why they made the Best Animated category. Because Beauty and the Beast was nominated for Best Picture, and then the Oscars decided we're going to make its own little category, which I'm okay with, to be honest with you.
Well, I do appreciate the honesty, but he's also, again, wrong here. Animated films can be nominated for Best Animated Film and Best Picture. He says that that's never happened and it's impossible, but it does happen. For example, Up. Up was nominated for Best Animated Film and Best Picture. That shit happens. I'm not one to suck the ass of the Academy Awards or any award show in general, especially the Academy, though I disagree with the vast majority of their decisions over the last few years, but in this one in particular, I really think they got it right, and I don't think award shows are all that important to begin with, by the way. I think they're just kind of a fun event to get together with friends and cheer on your favorite movie or actor. But people were really upset about Parasite in particular winning this one, and the vast majority of the people complaining haven't even seen the movie. He also admits to not even seeing Parasite or knowing anybody that's seen Parasite, so I don't understand why he's being so harsh on it and misrepresenting the film to his audience. He just keeps talking about Joker and how great Joker was, you know, it changed his whole world, it opened his third eye, his dick is now bigger, it should have won every award that humanity's ever conceived, including a Nobel Prize, but he would have been fine with any American movie winning, just not Parasite. It's just ridiculous stuff. Last night, Jackson, Matt, Danny, and I, we streamed the Oscars as a little watch-along thing on twitch.tv/moistcritical, and everyone in the chat erupted when Parasite won. Everyone who saw it probably agrees that it was the best movie of last year, against stiff competition with Joker, 1917, Marriage Story, but Parasite was just an incredible movie that did some very special things. This guy hasn't seen it, and he doesn't know anything about the movie, as he says multiple times. I don't know if it's because he can't read subtitles, which I find hard to believe because it looks like he watches thousands of anime and reads hentai, or he just outright doesn't want to watch foreign films. I don't know the reason, but Parasite is a movie I think everyone should see, and especially if you're going to make a rant about it, you should at least know what the fuck you're talking about.
But out of everybody in the United States of the motherfucking America, how many people actually fucking seen Parasite? Okay? I don't know what Parasite is. I don't give a shit about Parasite. It's fine. It won Best Foreign Film. You know why? Because it's a goddamn foreign film. Joker, and look, I don't care if Joker didn't win. I wanted to win, but it could have been Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Marriage Story, 1917, Ford v. Ferrari. I'm sorry, if you won Best Foreign Film, you should automatically be invalid to even be qualified to win Best Picture. You should. And it pisses me off because Joker, let's talk about Joker.
It's guys like this that make Joker such an embarrassing thing to talk about. He's like a Rick and Morty Season 3 Szechuan Sauce Meltdown fan. And I don't just mean in regards to the new Joker movie, but Joker as a character I think is just absolutely fantastic, and the new movie is spectacular. But it's so hard to fucking say that without cringing because of guys like this who just go ballistic on these drunken rants about why Joker was the superior movie and the superior message and this and that.
Okay, look at United States of America right now. What is more important to our culture than the Joker? About a movie that talks about mental illness not being taken seriously, about how people in high places look down and frown upon the poor, the poverty, and people with mental illness, and how we need to take this more serious. But no, forget all these fucking social problems that Joker touched upon. Let's have a better woke agenda, and let's go full fucking woke and let's give Parasite the first fucking...
Woke means absolutely nothing. It is a truly meaningless word these days. It's like saying challenge or prank on the internet. Truly fucking devoid of all semblance of meaning. But this looks like the kind of guy that would be screeching about everything being woke. Ah, god damn you, woke demons. You've ruined my Captain Crunch cereal. Ah, I can taste the SJW propaganda with every bite. It's just so silly. Yeah, obviously there's some shit that is pushing, political agendas or any kind of agendas whatsoever where the decision is very clearly made just for the sake of that, but this is not one of those circumstances. By every definition, Parasite is an exceptional film where the majority of people who saw it agree that it was probably the best picture. It wasn't like a shock that it could win. It wasn't like super surprising that came out of left field. There's nothing woke about it, yet people keep talking about how woke it was to have it win, and I don't get it.
They said Parasite, the first foreign language movie to ever win Best Picture. Well, pat yourself on the fucking back, Academy. Go pat your woke ass fucking selves on the fucking back. But a film shouldn't be nominated for Best Foreign Film and then also have the opportunity to win Best Picture. Because none of the other Best Picture nominations had a chance to be nominated for anything else. Yes, the technical awards and all that shit.
Yes, that is a good point. Those technical words and all that shit. Now you're starting to really make some coherent points. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I'm starting to see your perspective.
But if Best Foreign Film is the equivalent of Foreign Best Picture, then why is the films in our country, the country which we all fucking watch in the Academy, okay? We watch those fucking films. Why is Parasite then nominated to that? Again, how many fucking people in this country seen Parasite? I guarantee it's probably 2% of the fucking population.
Parasite did play in America, so the Academy, having seen all of American movies, also saw Parasite, as well as a pretty large portion of American population, actually. It did over 160 million, so it actually kind of fucking crushed it at the box office. Especially off of only an $11 million budget. That shit absolutely did great.
Okay, do we go to other countries and in their best pictures is fucking 1917 nominated? That's a legit question. Can someone tell me if that's true or not?
Yeah, again, I think I can take that question on. It is true. Yeah, American films do get nominated for foreign awards. Very common, in fact.
It's the Oscars and their fucking woke-ass fucking agenda, and I'm fucking tired of it. I am tired of these fucking agendas. Why can't the best movie win the best picture?
It did. This year it absolutely did, which is great. I don't know exactly what point he was trying to make here. I don't think he knows what point he was trying to make here, but a couple other YouTubers shared a similar sentiment, but they weren't nearly as heated or misguided as this guy. We'll turn our attention to Twitter now. Twitter was a little more upset that it was Korean that was winning American awards. They were more upset about the language than the actual amount of awards they won. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you every single Meltdown tweet about it, but there were quite a few, this being kind of the poster child for this stupid fucking take on the situation. A man named Bong Joon-ho wins #Oscar for Best Original Screenplay over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 1917. Acceptance speech, great honor, thank you. Then he proceeds to give the rest of his speech in Korean. These people are the destruction of America. Initially, it sounded like he just hates Korean people as a whole, and it would have been extremely brave for him to just say that outright on his checkmarked Twitter account, so he went into damage control mode to clarify what he meant by these people. These people are obviously not Koreans, but those in Hollywood awarding a foreign film that stokes flames of class warfare over two films I thought were more deserving, simply to show how woke they are. That should be clear from the rest of what I tweeted about tonight's production. Woke has truly lost all fucking meaning, and also, if that's what you meant, why did you even point out that he was speaking Korean in the first place? If the issue you had was the class warfare and thinking the other two films deserved it more, why did you even point out the fact that he gave his acceptance speech in Korean? Your initial tweet is literally, Korean director wins award, he gives speech in Korean. These people are destroying America. At no point do you ever even say anything about class warfare, the other two films just being better. It makes no fucking sense. Your damage control is way off the mark. If you want my expert opinion, I think this guy just hates any language that's not English, because the tweet right before this one is complaining about Frozen being sung in other languages, calling it globalist trash. Imagine if this guy heard the SpongeBob Krusty Krab pizza song in other languages. He'd lose his fucking mind. He'd probably go set a church on fire. He'd go nuts. I can't even imagine how he responded when Parasite won Best Picture, because he was melting down about it winning Best Original Screenplay. When it won Best Picture, My god, you know there was chairs and tables being flipped in his household. It reads like an Alex Jones parody tweet, to be honest, but it's not, and that's sad. Parasite is a great movie, it deserved to win, and the meltdown that a lot of people are having over its win is just ridiculously silly. That's about it. See ya. I recently got into a massive argument with my own chat about aliens visiting Earth, which is a crazy war to have fought. You know, it was a bloody battle. I'm sure most of you know, because I've talked about it before, my dad is super into aliens. He firmly believes they've helped us build the pyramids, given us fiber optic internet. You know, I'm surprised he hasn't started talking about aliens, how they farted 5G onto our planet or something. Like, he's big into the aliens thing and always has been since I was a kid, so I've been inundated with all kinds of alien stuff ever since I was young. So I have loved the field, but I have never been a believer that aliens have ever visited this planet ever. I do think there is life outside of our planet, obviously, in the massive, unfathomably huge scope of the universe. I think it's unlikely there's no other life out there, but I don't think it's ever visited us. It would have to have somehow found fast and light travel, wormhole, something, which is so far above our comprehension that if they did actually do it, we wouldn't have even been able to process them visiting us, I imagine. Like, it is just so well beyond us that I just don't think it's happened. So I have been firmly against the idea that aliens have visited us, but I've always been open-minded in wanting it to be true. I would love to be able to fist bump my dad, be like, hey, Pops, you were right. And here's proof of the aliens having visited us. I did a keg stand with one of them at my frat brother's last party. Like, that'd be great, you know? But I've just never seen any compelling evidence about it. And we got to talking about it on stream, and a couple of chatters were very adamant that I was out of, off my gourd for not believing every single abduction story ever told and every single sighting ever made, including the recent Las Vegas one, which was confirmed to just be casino lights reflected in the fucking sky, but they're writing that off as it was like a cover-up for aliens. Like, it's outrageous. In order to convert me to their side, to believe in them, to persuade me, they would tell like these anecdotes. Like, I read this story once on these forums where, this guy's friend Eric was playing basketball in his driveway one evening, and then all of a sudden everything went white and his memory was erased, but he had his butthole prolapse. Like, the anal prolapse is signs of the aliens having experimented on him, and he lost 6 hours of memories. How is that proof? Why am I supposed to take that at face value? But they would drop these things like the Eric butthole incident and have me look it up and be like, how can you not believe us? This is ridiculous. You're spitting in the face of real proof. So I was losing my goddamn mind having this argument with them, and eventually we ended up going to something called like the Ariel School incident, which is a school in Zimbabwe which claims to have been visited by aliens, where 62 school children drew in crayon their encounter with a UFO and aliens who warned them about the future. And I got called crazy for doubting the legitimacy of it, because you have 62 school students that drew very different crayon drawings that don't agree with one another. Some of the drawings have them coming down in a goddamn space potato, others have like this elaborate, huge UFO, very generic, and then the aliens, they can't even agree on what they looked like. Some claim that they had long black hair, so literally fucking looking like me coming out of the spaceship. Some of them drew the aliens bald, like very generic alien baldness. Like, none of the kids' drawings even like agree with others. Like, it's such weak evidence, but they're using it as fact. Like, how could anyone doubt us when this exists? So I'm just going to show you some of the clips from the stream because it got heated. And then we opened Pandora's box and started talking about warp drives for some reason. It got off the rails. It got a little crazy. So I just wanted to show some of that. But I want to make it clear. I would love if there was real compelling evidence of aliens having visited us. Like actual encounters with aliens, that'd be great. And there have been government-released documents and footage from pilots and shit from unidentified flying aircrafts, this unidentified air phenomenon, but none of it's like aliens per se. It's just we don't fully understand exactly how it works, so it's unidentified as of the moment. It's never definitive proof of aliens being here. It's just we don't have a full explanation on it yet. But it could be. Yeah, it could be, and I find that stuff to be pretty interesting, but I don't view that as, hey, here's proof that extraterrestrials are here for some reason. But anyway, let me just show you how the stream went. A leading UFO expert has investigated dozens of sightings over an impressive 45-year career and says aliens don't come in peace and have an agenda. I wonder what the agenda is. They come down here just to read our dank memes, shitpost on Twitter. I wouldn't say they're peaceful due to the thousands of UFO abductions worldwide. I woke up and my ass is sore. Damn you, aliens! Not again! I've been a big fan of aliens shit, UFO investigative shit for a long time. I have never once read, watched, or listened to a compelling abduction story that made me be like, this man actually he got abducted. At no point did I ever once even remotely come close to believing any of the abduction stories. Have you seen that documentary about a guy with 9 alien kids? What is that? What are we talking? What? No, I can't say I've seen that. What the fuck does that? He has 9 kids with extraterrestrials? This man's spreading the humanity seed throughout the cosmos? There were 30 plus kids who saw aliens at their school and drew them. If there is one group that I trust more than anyone, it's kids. They're notorious for not having an imagination and not just going with what everyone else is doing. That's what I would hinge my alien evidence on, is children's drawings. Being in all black, possibly showing medium-long black hair. Were the aliens just clones of me or something? What do you mean? The aliens have normal human hair? Well, there's no hair here. One of them was bald, I guess. Maybe he got made fun of on the ship. Not only would the beings have to have somehow discovered faster-than-light travel to make it here, it would have somehow had to elude everyone else's gaze and have only a couple people, in this case 62 school children, see them. Like, the amount of crazy coincidence that must all occur for only a small group to see that is very unlikely. I'm ready to... There is nobody on the planet that wants alien encounters to be real more than me. If this has compelling evidence, I would be elated. I would love that. I want to believe. But it is so unbelievably unlikely, and all of the evidence is so shit that it's impossible, in good conscience, to believe that there are aliens that visit us periodically. The circumstances for such a thing to be true are very, 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 very low possibility. So for multiple days, there have been headlines of UFOs hovering over the skies of Zimbabwe. And the only evidence we have is some children's drawings. Surely that would be major fucking news. And also, why would the aliens just be hovering over Zimbabwe? What are they doing there? They're just hovering there, doing nothing. Standing there menacingly like the hash-slinging slasher. What would be the purpose? Why would they have come there? Let's go down this for a minute. So the aliens came here to warn us about the future. And the optimal way of warning us was to go to a small school in Zimbabwe and tell a group of children. That was the best way of delivering this warning of the future? They were talking about COVID. Imagine this is all very true. The aliens actually did just fucking boot, scoot, and boogie all the way down to Earth just to land here and be like, hey, there's this little thing called COVID. I'm letting you know it's right around the corner. No good. No good. Alright, good luck with that. We're out. We've done our job. Message delivered. I don't think they were visited by aliens warning us about the future. Let's play with that for just a moment. Going back to that. Not only were they intergalactic travelers, they're fucking time travelers, warning us about our future. That's another crazy technological leap. And if they're that smart, that advanced, why would they tell a group of children at a small school? And also, why would they ever even make direct contact with people? They could just transmit the message. There's millions of cases. So what you've just shown to me is you believe what everyone says. You don't believe anyone's making things up. You don't believe in people having, for example, a sleep terror, which a lot of it boils down to sleep paralysis, where they have these very real feelings at night, where they're half asleep, half dreaming, and a lot of it gets chalked up to sleep paralysis. So you don't believe in any of that. You don't believe in mass hysteria, I would imagine then. You don't believe in manifested group thinking, where if someone believes they saw something, other people mysteriously start to have memories or visions of the same thing. You just take everything at face value, and no one's ever lying. Oh wow, Jesus, you're having a full meltdown. Anal probing isn't even a real thing, you moron. You get all your UFO info from fucking movies and TV. You get all of your UFO info from fucking TV too! What do you mean? All of your sightings are on TV! What are you fucking talking about? And then you said reptilians are part of the aliens. And faster than light is an outdated theory. Warp drives are proven. You're misinformed. What are you... What? Are you having an episode of psychosis? Jack Sarfati talks about the technology behind warp drives. Who mentioned fucking warp drives? I don't know why you're harping on that subject. That word had not left my mouth until I read your comment history of your 86 message meltdown. I'm not talking about fucking warp drives! Why do I need to do research on warp drives? That goddamn name didn't leave my mouth. He brought it up. But warp drives are an important part of alien lore. Maybe, but I wasn't talking about fucking warp drives. Jesus Christ. You asked for answers. On what? Warp drive? When did I ask for answers on warp drive? I want alien evidence. What the fuck are you talking about? Who am I talking? That is evidence? So, let's assume every alien has their own warp drive motorcycle. Why are they visiting trailer parks and fucking small schools to warn us about the future than only telling children? That isn't an answer. You weirdo. That chatter didn't read jack shit. It's theoretical physicist, meaning it hasn't been put into effect and there's no way to test any theories. I don't care about warp drives if they're real or not. God damn it. Jesus fucking Christ.